Spitting out an intro quickly. Tonight, we talked about The Lost Boys, 1987's vampire film, directed by Joel Schumacher.
It's amazing. Yeah. I love it so much.
You can't see me, but I'm giving a thumbs up right now. No, this is Big Dumb Monsters, of course. I'm Chris. This is, of course, my co-host,
Nick.
And yeah, we talked The Lost Boys, which is just a classic movie.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoy hearing us ramble on. I'm not going to mention the other thing because we're not putting that in the episode. Never mind. We talked about Longlegs, and if you didn't watch it on the stream, you're fucked because we're not putting it out.
Yeah.
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 Don't go see Longlegs either.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Big Dumb Monsters talking about Lost Boys.
Woo!
It's a perfect night, mystery and horror. The air itself is filled with monsters.
What's going on, everybody? And thank you, Liam, for the compliment on our opening. I appreciate that.
Yeah. We worked really hard on that.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, everybody else, for tuning in.
Yeah.
We are this side note, before we get too far into it, we could technically start our revenge month right now if we wanted to. Because we have done this before.
We didn't really do this as an episode, though.
Yeah, we did it as a live panel for the SUNY Albany. It was Vampire Movie Fest, obviously. Yeah.
But we were talking about the cultural significance of the movie. We weren't really talking about the movie.
We did. We kind of bit ass, too, on that panel.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't the worst I've ever been through, but...
Hey, let's all have, like, one microphone.
Yeah. Share it like the Temptations.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm here all week. But yeah, no, we're talking 1987's The Lost Boys.
Chef kiss. Chef kiss.
I mean, I have seen this movie dozens, if not hundreds of times at this point in my life.
And I will continue to watch it dozens and possibly hundreds of times.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I know for me, this was like the movie, like in high school, like if you were having people over, like, this is the movie to throw on. Like, you're having people to hang out for like a party, like.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Makes
Lost Boys.
Sense.
Yeah.
I mean, there's enough action in it to where something is always kind of going to happen. You have enough recognizable faces that if you glance over, you give a shit who's on screen.
Yeah.
There's comedy, but it's not
outlandish. Girls want to watch it too.
And it's not outlandish comedy. Yeah. You got fucking hot vampires. What are you going to do? Like,
saxophone.
Sexy sax man.
Yeah.
Iconic at this point.
Iconic.
Timmy Capello is his name.
Timmy Capello.
I'm pretty sure I've done at least one or two conventions with him.
Yeah.
Over the years.
He still performs that song live.
I don't think
he's got much else. No, he's got a whole musical career.
Does he really?
Yeah, dude, he was Tina Turner's saxophone player.
I honestly thought he was just sexy sax man.
No, dude. He was on tour with Tina.
All right.
Yeah. Probably laying pipe too. Because in the I want to say it was the Private Dancer video. We're Tina Turner trivia hour here. I want to say it was the Private Dancer video.
Queen of Rock.
Yeah. She forced the director to put him in the video.
All right.
Because the video was just going to be her, dancing around, singing. Privately.
Yeah.
In private.
Yeah.
And so he's in the video because she demanded it, because she's like, that's my guy.
All right. So Timmy Capello has a whole career.
Yeah. Hell of a singer too.
But back to the movie. Yeah. Like, again, like this is like Jaws for me. I just don't get tired of watching this.
No.
Yeah.
I will never turn this movie off. I might not always turn it on. Like I'll pass it a million times, but if it's on, I'm never turning it off.
Yeah. I'm going to watch this.
Yeah.
Even watching it like critically, like, this is for the second time now, because I do remember watching it like, with a critical eye for the first time when we did it for the panel.
It was so hard to watch this with a critical eye.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I should probably start the movie.
Yeah, maybe. But even then, like, I still don't have many complaints.
No, for real, I don't. It's entertaining. Like it's got, pardon me. It's fun for like, a vampire movie, especially like for the 80s. Like,
yeah.
Like, 'cause when you think about horror at this time, not a lot of it is like this. 80s horror is like dirty, gritty slashers
or cheesy.
Yeah.
Like this has a level of reality to it where like you can relate to everybody on screen.
Yeah. And even like the stylistic look of it, like, again, something you don't get in a horror movie, but like today, I mean, like this is Maxine. Like it's that same like glitzy, like flashy West Coast look.
Yeah.
Like, it's that same type of like setting and feeling.
What this also has is like vibe and just this like gnarly goth aesthetic. Like I think you would be hard pressed to find a trad goth who doesn't love this fucking movie. And just because of like the fashion and, like look at Kiefer Sutherland here, man. Like black trench coat, smoky eyes, spiky hair.
Yeah.
And look at all the guys with him. Like it's the same thing. Like it's not that like new wave thing. It's not hair metal. It's like
everybody knows the group of like ne'er-do-wells in their town.
Yeah.
Like, it's those guys.
It's like, that these guys listen to the Cult.
Like they're smoking cigarettes like in the woods by a school at some point in their regular day. Like,
oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's just so vibey, and vibe is so important to me when I'm trying to like get into a movie, because like, sure, if I'm watching like a slasher or something else, like it doesn't matter. Like if you're showing me gory kills and, like scary shit, I don't need like dripping with atmosphere and vibe and just like how cool this is. This movie is fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it maintains. Yeah, it's cool. Even almost fucking 40 years later,
Yeah.
Yeah. It just captures that moment in time. Like
it really
perfectly.
does.
Another thing I noticed, I don't know if we brought this up when we did the panel, but like this really is the perfect setting for like this group of vampires.
Oh yeah.
Just because think about the town. There's two types of people in this town. People who are coming and going within a few days, tourists, fucking who aren't staying, who aren't permanent residents. And then you have like the blue class, like, lower class, blue collar workers. Blue class. That's a new thing. I just made up.
What?
Blue collar, low class, lower class workers who people aren't going to miss if they go missing.
Yeah.
Like, same thing. If like a tourist, is there like a couple, somebody by themselves, nobody's going to notice if they go missing.
Yeah.
Like it's the perfect, just area for these guys to hunt.
Yeah.
I do love the beginning. There's like the Doors fucking People Are Strange.
It's not the Doors.
Oh, it is not. It's a cover?
That's a cover.
Oh, I never realized that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like, you have all these like people like doing fun things like riding on the rides and walking down boardwalks.
Yeah.
And then every now and again, missing.
Yeah.
Like missing posters. Just,
Yeah. God, like be prepared, because like I'm not really going to critique this movie. I'm going to suck this movie's dick all night long.
In honor of Joel Schumacher.
He's gay.
Oh, anywho. But yeah, no, like I said, perfect setting just because like people aren't going to be missed.
Yeah, no, it's people who are wandering through. Like they're stopping in a couple of days, then they're gone. But like the vampire action is good. Like it's obviously it's not the best.
Yeah, I mean you don't get like the the nitty gritty, like you said, the goriness of it, but it's done well. What they do
I don't
show.
always need that.
Yeah.
Like everything else around it is so good and so cool and so well structured that like you can hold back on the gore. Like I can use my imagination. Like you show, that overhead shot of somebody like they're flying in against somebody. I can use my imagination. I know that they got bit by vampires, they got drained, then their body is gone.
Yeah, it's way cooler if you see that shot of like the POV shot, like flying over,
Yeah.
than it is if you see four dudes like CGI'd on a flying in the sky.
Right.
Yeah.
And like they use the mantra of less is more very well in this. And like all the practical effects that they wind up using, effective, they work, they look good. Like not my favorite vampire design.
Yeah.
But it's
your
simple.
it's your Buffy vampire, like the face is a little scrunched up and the fangs come out.
But you also have to think about it, like this came out how many years before Buffy?
7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like how many vampires really kind
Less
of
than
look
10
like that?
for sure. Or maybe about 10. I don't remember. I was in high school though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Buffy, I think, does borrow heavy from this. Like
Fuck yeah.
the sunken hotel is like a significant location in like season 6, I think.
Yeah.
And I think it's supposed to be the same place, like as a nod to the Lost Boys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Buffy the movie was 92.
Okay. Yeah, I'm specifically thinking the show, which I think was like 96. Yeah.
Maybe.
Really? You never watched it? That seems like it'd be up your alley.
I've watched a fair amount of it, but it was never like my show.
Oh, dude, I was a diehard fan when that was on. It was
really?
awesome. Yeah. I've rewatched that a lot.
No shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for Sarah Michelle Gellar. Yeah.
We all did.
Yeah.
Dude, it was the 90s. Like, who didn't? You know what actually, okay, so this is the way my brain works. You say Sarah Michelle Gellar. My brain goes, oh, now I remember that one time that Howard Stern was talking about her, but he couldn't say her name correctly because he always said Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it always pissed me off.
Well, no, that's actually from an interview that she did where she was like, actually, the correct pronunciation is Galar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he was always like hearkening back to that, like riffing on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do we know this shit?
Because I have listened to an ungodly number of hours of Howard Stern since I was in about 6th grade.
I used to watch the E version of the show, the entertainment.
I got introduced. That's what got me hooked on Howard Stern. Was the Saturday night show on Channel 9 from Secaucus, New Jersey.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So I was maybe like, that was on like 86, 87.
What?
Yeah. I was like 7 or 8, I think, maybe around 88 or 89, maybe.
Yeah.
So I was probably about 10. And like that, I just seeing it because it was like Saturday Night Live, but so fucked up, like so crazy.
Weird.
The one sketch I remember was it was a take on, it was like a spoof of MASH. And they were all like cross-dressing to try to get out of the army. And then like, I just remember it ended with like, they were like chopping, they had these big fake tits on and they were chopping the tits off at the end, like with the cleavers. Like, yeah. And people wonder why I'm so screwed up today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's wondering?
Yeah.
People that don't know intimate details of his life.
Yeah. And then I started listening to the radio show when it came on here in like 1991, I think.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a lot of hours of Howard Stern.
Yeah. I was addicted to watching the show.
Yeah, that was an awesome show, especially like when they had, if you were a teenager and they had like,
Yeah. It would be like Howard Stern and then Wild on.
Yeah.
I'm set
I don't
for the
need
night.
to go anywhere. Yeah. Well, I'll be asleep in about 15 minutes anyway.
Brooke Burke.
Yeah. Who was the other one? Jules Asner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Jules Asner first and then it was Brooke Burke.
Yeah. Donna agrees.
Are you a Brooke Burke man? Oh, okay.
Anyway, Lost Boys.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Like, you care about the family. Like, every character. Because they don't inundate you with 1,000 people.
Yeah.
It's small cast.
Yeah. Small family, 4 people.
It's people that you can relate to. Like, I know people like this, you know, like, yeah, the grandfather is kooky, but like, he's not completely out in the fucking wilderness kooky.
He's just eccentric. Buddy. Is he barking because we're not paying attention to him?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's just laying there barking.
He's good for that. He's good for that.
That's a lot, bud.
He wanted to be closer to the microphones is what it was.
Yeah. Let's see. Where else can we go with this?
What did you think? Now, like the first time you saw this movie, think all the way back to probably the 80s for you.
Yeah, no joke. I mean, it was one of those, like, I don't remember the first
Hold on,
time.
I'm looking at a grease up saxophone player.
Yeah.
Ugh! God damn!
I love that meme of like somebody holding a sign in the audience.
Your music changed my life.
And the next picture is him playing the sax.
Yeah, that song is a fucking banger. I don't give a fuck. But so is Cry Little Sister.
Yeah.
Like this,
Yeah, I mean, like, 'cause that's one of those songs that's just like, it's all forever burned into my memory, like,
Yeah.
you know, associated with this movie.
it's
too.
so moody.
Yeah.
It is so moody.
See, I mean, like, this was always on like HBO, it was always on like TNT and stuff. So like, it was just, oh yeah, I just don't remember the first time I ever saw it.
Yeah.
I think the
but,
first
like-
time I ever saw it, like unedited though, like all the way through, I remember renting it from Blockbuster. This was back when I was just like tearing through movies. They had a special back in the day.
Yeah.
Like anything that wasn't a new release was rent one, get one free.
Oh yeah.
So Tom and I would go like every day and get like, you know, 3 or like 4 or whatever movies
Yeah.
and just watch them, come back the next day, watch, you know, that more
Yep.
movies.
But in your early viewings, like, how did you feel about the, I guess not twist, but like the ending where Max is actually the head vampire?
Again, I always knew that, but I mean,
Yeah.
I thought it was cool that like, you know, he was secretly like, you know, the bad guy the whole time.
Yeah.
This milk toast, like boring
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
Like the nerd
Yeah.
is like the evil genius.
Like there were other things too I noticed in this watch through, like when they first introduced the Frog Brothers, like they make a point of showing like those punks like stealing comics from them.
Yeah.
And then in like the next scene, those are the ones who get killed by the vampires.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if that was originally supposed to be like a misdirect. Like, are we supposed to think the Frog Brothers are the vampires? Like,
I'm not sure.
yeah.
I think it could be so they give you a ne'er-do-well that gets got. So whoever is
Yeah, it
eating
could be
that,
just-
you don't
yeah.
care.
Yeah, exactly. It could have just been thrown in like, oh, we already established this person in the
Yeah.
movie. Yeah, this movie is a banger.
Yeah.
For real.
Like, what are you gonna do, man? Like, hey, I need you to critically review Lost Boys. No.
It's awesome.
That's fucking
right.
rules. There's your critique. Yeah, I
Donner
know.
agrees.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I think this is also a good, like, not necessarily
Good starter horror.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was going to say. For like somebody who maybe is like a little bit older and like hasn't, you know, still wants to get into horror, like start him off on this, I
It's
think.
cool. Yeah, it's cool for like a 10 to 13, I think. You know, like,
You think they wouldn't be like a little, like, well, like 80s and stuff is cool again. Like,
yeah.
so maybe they think it would be cool.
Well, I'm talking. I'm not talking like age of the movie. I'm talking content of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
So if your kids can get past the fact that, you know, it's set in the 80s and his shoulder pads,
wardrobe was 80s as fuck.
he looks like the fucking. Oh, what the fuck is the Man of the Year trophy in NFL?
The Heisman Trophy.
No, not the Heisman.
The Walter Payton.
Walter Payton.
Yeah.
It looks like the Walter Payton where they used to put the cloak over the fucking shoulder pads. That's exactly what he fucking looked like.
That's hilarious. And like I love like another thing I think is like a universal experience. Like everybody I think at one point in their life has been to like one of these like little seaside towns that is like a tourist trap that has a boardwalk that like, you know, there's an amusement park and shit like that. Like
Everything in this is universal.
yeah. I remember when I was like, I was thinking about this too. Like when I was a kid, like my parents we'd go to Atlantic City a lot. And I just remember being let loose, like on the boardwalk, 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. Like,
Yeah.
my parents would give me like $20, just come back later on. And just
That's
being
not okay.
Yeah, being out to like maybe like 10 or 11 at the arcade and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
thinking about it now, like my parents are fucking sane.
A little bit, yeah.
I saw some shit going on out there. Like, you know.
Well, that's how kids our age got fucking murdered.
Yeah.
And scattered in the ocean.
Going back to Howard Stern again, this woman was on Howard Stern a couple of times. I remember seeing her live in person in Atlantic City.
Norma Stitz?
No, I forget what her name was. She had no arms and no legs. She laid down face down on a stretcher and had like a harmonium. So she would like blow into it and then like play stuff like with her face like on the harmonium.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and I just remember seeing her one day out on the boardwalk.
Like,
Fucking,
what the fuck is that?
like, yeah. No, that was again. People wonder why I'm fucked up.
Yeah. You know what? There is something I noticed this viewing that in the credits we have surf Nazis.
Yeah, I don't remember surf Nazis, but
Well, they're the ones on the beach. Like they're some of these guys who stole the books.
yeah.
And the ones that are on the beach, they're considered surf Nazis,
All right.
which leads me to Trauma, where surf Nazis must die.
in fact die. Yeah.
Yes. The fucking Civil War coat on this kid. I never understood that.
Yeah. Was he supposed to be like, you know, that old or
No.
was it just a fashion statement?
It's just a fashion statement. Of course, it's hard to get a grip on.
That's right.
like-
We do see his missing poster at one point.
Yeah, it's hard to get a grip on like how old anybody's supposed to be, like these vampires, because I think they are supposed to be like roughly the age that they're represented here.
It's a bunch of like people in their mid 20s playing like 17-year-olds, I think.
Kiefer was 17.
Was he really?
Yeah,
I did not know that. He definitely looks older than 17.
it's the beard and probably the raging drug addiction.
In the Tom Waits voice.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, this woman like laughing her ass off at an issue
At
of Sad Sack.
Yeah. I've read those. They're not that funny.
Yeah. Oh. Want to go read some Sad Sack and fuck? Like that line has apparently worked once ever, and this was it.
You want to read and get some sad sack? Oh shit, TJ's here.
What's going on, man?
Jay Everett, Frog Brother. Jesus Christ.
It used to be Everett Thunderbeat. That's the Everett Frog Brother because it's too hot.
It is fucking hot out.
It is. It is less murderingly hot in here now, thankfully.
Yeah, I sweat out all of my moisture today. So I have to replenish it
With beer.
with beer. Yeah.
Ooh. I mean, I could just look on my screen and also see that there was any Daily Strip funny aside from The Far Side. Ooh. Calvin and Hobbes was good.
I liked Zitz, to be completely
Oh,
honest.
yeah.
Zitz
That was
was good.
good. That was good. Who didn't love Kathy?
Me.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Or a good family circus.
Every now and then, Family Circus would get you.
I fucking hated that shit.
Let's see. I was a big fan of Pickles. Was it what was?
What was
It was like
that?
just the old couple.
Oh,
It was
okay.
like started in the 90s.
Yeah, I do remember that one.
Yeah, that one was good. I never really got too much into Calvin and Hobbes.
Oh, when I
It
was a
just
kid,
wasn't my
those
thing,
were
I guess.
awesome. Because you'd be able to get those like the collected books from like the Scholastic like
I was
book
more of
fair
a Garfield
things.
kid when it came to those.
I had a couple of those, but Calvin and Hobbes was the shit.
Yeah. Dilbert sucked, but this is just because I didn't work in an office, so
And
I
because
didn't
the-
understand it.
Creator's a fucking lunatic, but
Yeah, I did watch the show though. The Dilbert comic cartoon was pretty funny.
I do remember that. I don't know if I ever watched it though. Yeah, I used to read the funny strips. I feel like I'm 90 years old.
Yeah.
The comic strips a lot.
Yeah. I would always look for them in Sunday's paper because there were more and they were in color.
Yeah. Anyway.
My God, we're old.
Yeah. For real.
Jesus Christ.
Back to The Lost Boys. I mean, we've been talking about this for almost half an hour now.
Yeah, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Do you want to throw down some ratings?
I think we can throw down some ratings. I'll go first on this one. This is this is a classic, man. This is again, I can watch this anytime. Do I want to go as high as a 9?
Just so you know, I'm in the neighborhood.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go conservatively on this one and go an 8.5.
That's exactly where I was landing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Because like
it is tempting to go to that 9 though, because this is a really good movie.
It is. I mean, if you really want to get like nitpicky, like some of the acting is not great. You know, the Coreys were not like the Coreys yet. They were a little stiff, and then the other Frog brother was just like wallpaper. They could have given a little more personality to the other vampires.
Yeah, I could have used a little bit more on the Frog brothers.
They just seemed like, you know, henches.
Yeah, I don't necessarily need more on the vampires. I think I know everything I need to know about them. Like
I just would have liked a little more like interaction with them.
Yeah.
Like,
that I could see.
I don't need like their backstory, but like give me more of their personality. I think.
Yeah, more of them kind of doing stuff.
But I don't give a shit. Like how kind of dry they are. Star makes up for it. But yeah, I'm at 8.5 all day, like minimum.
Yeah, that's respectable.
You want to do some trivia?
Was made by the last line. TJ said, "Yeah, that is an awesome last line." One thing about living in Santa Carla, all the damn vampires. Yep. Yeah, let's do some trivia.
All right.
Not to bother you with trivia. I used to think they were kind of trivia.
How cold are these beers?
Above room temperature.
Oh, buddy.
Oh.
What?
Just that they're above room temperature. That's sad.
No, below. They're below room temperature.
Oh, sorry. I meant
he misspoke, but I understood.
I meant below. Yeah.
You got to call him out for his disability. Jesus Christ, asshole!
I just tried using bad vision as a disability in an argument with my wife.
Did you? All right. Trivia time. So the original Atlantis Fantasy World comics burned down, but the new location of the Atlantis Fantasy World comics bookstore, which was featured in the film, is owned by Joe Ferreira Jr., who still carries the original #1 issue of Vampires Everywhere that Sam reads in the film.
That's awesome.
The comic was created only for the film, and its opening page is signed by all of the cast members from the movie. The owner allows any shopper to hold it.
Just trying not to make that happen.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Allows any shopper to hold it and take a photo with it free of charge, which is fucking dope.
Where is it? In Santa Monica?
Yeah. No, it's Santa Cruz.
Okay.
Yeah, because Santa Carla is... like all of the Santa Carla stuff is shot in Santa Cruz. This was Haim and Corey Feldman's first film together, which marked the start of the popular 80s trend, the two Coreys.
The Coreys, yeah.
In which Feldman and Haim starred together in a number of teenage films before they started getting fingered by Hollywood, which is...
Hollywood being Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
You got more than fingered. It's just so sad. In the documentary Blood-Sucking Cinema from 2007, Corey Haim said that all the blood had glitter in it to give it a shimmering effect and was slimier than other fake blood, which I did notice.
Yeah.
I think I re-notice it every time.
Yeah. Like the vampire blood is sparkly. Yeah. I've noticed that.
It's clear and sparkly.
You could even see that like way back in the day before HD.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
you pulled something in your arm talking.
I moved a little wrong and like the bone just like clicked a little bit. Yeah.
Be a little older, please.
I broke this arm like 20 years ago and it may have healed a little crooked.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Gerard McMahon wrote the theme song Cry Little Sister after reading the script but without seeing the film.
All right.
Which he nailed the tone.
Yeah.
Corey Feldman almost wasn't in the movie. At the time, Corey struggled with drug abuse at a young age and showed up to work coming down from a cocaine binge. Director Joel Schumacher was very upset that Corey kept dozing off and was unable to continue filming, so he fired him, but hired him back the next day after Corey apologized and swore to come back prepared from then on, which he did.
Huh?
So, I mean...
He always seemed like the more together Corey. Kind of wasn't.
Dude was not. Neither one of them was together.
But yeah, by comparison, I think like Corey Feldman, like
he got it together.
Yeah.
Corey Haim never got it together.
Yeah.
Which, like, do you remember when he was like whacked on drugs and selling his teeth online?
Like, I remember this was because I remember Tom taped this and we would laugh and we would watch it and laugh. But like, it was an interview he did with like like sometime in the 90s.
Yeah.
And they were asking him, like, so what's it like working in Canada, like around, in the wintertime? And he's just like, Toronto, below zero, like just mumbling incoherently. Like,
yeah.
And like, now you think about it, like, oh, that's kind of sad. Like, yeah.
No, like he was literally like, he had dental work done and he kept his like teeth, like he had his wisdom teeth pulled or like molars pulled or something like that. And he was trying to sell them online for drug money.
Fuck.
Yeah. Hollywood. It's great, right?
Yeah. My wife got hit up by Amanda Bynes for money once. Legitimately Amanda Bynes, too.
Jesus Christ. I mean, she's fucked up, too.
Yeah.
As much as fun as it is to poke fun and joke at these, like, god-awful celebrities, like, they are some fucked up people.
Yeah, like
fucked up shit has happened to them.
Yeah, exactly. It's not really their fault. Like, yeah.
Downer.
Wah, wah, wah. Well, again, we just love digging out of these comedy holes.
That's a Twilight joke.
Yeah.
Tit soak.
What?
This is the skin of a killer.
Oh, that I knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's tit soak?
This is the skin of...
Ladies and gentlemen, tit soak.
Yeah. Y'all is welcome.
I don't think we are. Donner's upset. Yeah.
You are. You just don't want to be. That's
buddy. If you don't like when I move my feet, maybe you could stop putting your feet on my feet.
Yeah. He just wants to play footsie.
Yeah. And be annoying.
In the cave of the Lost Boys, you can see a poster of Jim Morrison, who recorded the original version of People Are Strange with the Doors. Also, when Star and Laddie are being carried into Sam's room, you can see a poster of Echo and the Bunnymen, who recorded the version used in the movie.
Oh, I think I did know that, actually, now that
I do like Echo and the Bunnymen.
They're one of those bands, like every song I've heard I liked, but I can't remember the name of them, and like I just haven't heard enough to like ever go back and listen to more.
You've definitely heard Under a Killing Moon.
Probably. That does sound familiar.
Yeah. That was their like big hit. Executive producer Richard Donner originally intended to direct the movie himself. Ooh, excuse me. But as production languished, he moved on to Lethal Weapon and eventually hired Joel Schumacher for the job.
Oh, man, Richard Donner is another, like, he's just awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I can't think of a bad movie that he did.
Yeah, like, throw me some duds, like serious fucking duds.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible.
Yeah. Fred Gwynn was considered for the part of Max. And that
I love Fred Gwynn.
He was too old for that.
Yeah, don't like him for Max.
No.
Yeah, definitely. For a second, I thought you meant the grandfather. I don't even like him for the grandfather. But yeah,
I could see him for the grandfather.
but I like what's his name better.
Oh yeah, he's just got that like he's snappy.
Yeah, he's got that like sarcasticness. He's got the Bernard Hughes. That's his name,
Yeah.
Bernard Hughes.
And you could see him being like a dirty old man. I can't see Fred Gwynn being a dirty old man.
Yeah,
He's
although I
too
could see
fucking
him.
wholesome.
I could see him pulling off the "Let's go to town" bit. Like,
Yeah,
all right, that's it. That's as close as I like to get to town.
yeah, yeah. Like the cheeky things like that.
Yeah.
Yes. But like putting on Windex to go see the fucking Widow Hansen or whatever the fuck. her name
Yeah,
is.
he wouldn't be able to pull that off.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely not Max either.
Guess we both got lucky last night.
What is your stuff for? The Mr. Johnson?
There's a very important question in chat. Are you Team Edward or Team Jacob?
I'm team. I don't give a fuck about those movies.
You know way more than anyone else here.
No, sir, I don't like it.
Team Edward or Team Jacob? No.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. According to director
Joel Schumacher.
Joel Schumacher, MTV music videos educated the whole new generation to surreal images and non sequitur storytelling. A lot of things we did in this movie would have seemed too odd to people before MTV, and that gave us a lot of license to play with things. So the effects of Michael's transition from human to half vampire plays out as if he'd taken something or had a rather rowdy night out with the boys instead of a transformation into one of the children of the night. Oh, God damn it.
So...
What the fuck?
It's not my fault. They're engaging me.
Monique said he's definitely Team Edward for sure.
TJ had said you're Jacob, so I
Yeah.
said now we have a Team Jacob.
He's barely wearing a shirt now.
Don't make me get my tits out.
Are they in for a tit soak?
Tit soak. I'd have to go Team Jacob.
You disappoint me.
That I chose. Yeah, well,
To quote great American patriot Kevin Sorbo, disappointed!
That is the one and only time you've
I hate all of this. Is it possible to hate everything? Because I think I hate everything. Oh, Jesus Christ. We've got one more trivia fact. The movie didn't originally end on a joke. After the scene with Grandpa at the refrigerator, it was supposed to cut to the surviving Lost Boys regrouping in the sunken hotel. The last shot was of a mural on the wall made in the early 1900s with Max in it, looking exactly the same as he did today. And all of this appeared in an early draft of the script, but ultimately was never filmed.
Yeah, who survived?
I don't know. They might have written it for some of them to survive.
I want to... was that mural thing like in a deleted scene maybe? Because I want to say I've seen that. It sounds really familiar. Anyway, we're going to move on to the better known as.
Yeah.
I know you.
There we are.
I know you. I knew you. I knew you.
I have an annoying dog keeping me from getting as close to the table as I would like. We are going to start off with director Joel Schumacher. Did we do him before for anything? I don't think we did. No, because I'm not sure. I don't think he's done any other like horror movies. We're about to find out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, technically, he did Phantom of the Opera. That was 2004. I don't know if you want to qualify that as horror.
Shit! I didn't know he did 8mm.
He did do 8mm.
That
was
movie
1999.
fucking rocks.
Yeah, I do. That is an unsettling movie.
Yeah, it really is.
Also featuring Nick Cage. We're going to be talking about an unsettling movie featuring Nick Cage.
Yeah.
When we wrap up here,
We will. So stick around.
Yeah, we'll be joined by Bridget and Brookes, possibly Brookes from Fighting with Friends.
Yeah.
Bridget said she's definitely in. Anyway, Joel Schumacher. The last thing he ever directed was 2 episodes of House of Cards, featuring Kevin Spacey.
You remember when he went fucking crazy?
Kevin Spacey?
Yeah. So like,
Yeah, he's still going crazy.
well,
sir. Yeah.
I mean, like when he went crazy,
Yeah.
because like all those sexual abuse allegations came out, and then he
was doing like character videos of his House of Cards character. Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, dog?
As like responses to like real life allegations. Yeah. That was pretty fucking crazy. He directed the number 23 with Jim Carrey, which I heard is fucking terrible.
Dude,
has a 6.4 on here.
If I can guess the ending by the trailer, you didn't do a good job.
There we go. He directed Phone Booth with Colin Farrell, who is in fact stuck in a phone booth for the movie. He also directed Bad Company with Anthony Hopkins and Chris Rock. That was both 2002. He directed the video Letting the Cable Sleep for Bush. That was 1999.
Do you think anybody gave a shit about Bush in 1999?
Yeah, that's when they were huge.
They were huge in like 96.
They were still like.
When did 16 Stone come out? Because nobody gave a fuck after that.
94. I'm going to say within 5 years, they were still like.
I thought Bush went out in the 80s.
No. Oh.
Give myself my own little low class.
Yeah.
Bush and Bush Light.
He also directed Batman and Robin, which I remember having the reaction to that.
I was excited for those movies.
Yeah.
And I liked them when I saw them as a kid. And then I saw them as an adult and went, these are fucking terrible.
Yeah, no, I remember the reaction I had to that was the same reaction I had while watching The Phantom Menace 2 years later. When we walked out, like, that was good, right?
Right?
Right? Right?
Yeah.
He directed the music video for Smashing Pumpkins' The End is the Beginning is the End, which is from Batman and Robin. He directed Kiss from a Rose, which was from Batman Forever, which I will say, not a horrible Batman movie. I did enjoy that one.
That was the first one, right? Of the Batman on Broadway trilogy?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. The first Schumacher one.
Yeah.
Let's see. He directed Falling Down in 1993, which is also a classic, man. I
So
love
good.
that movie.
Yeah. There's a lot of movies that I would not have expected to be Schumacher.
Yeah, you wouldn't associate with that with him, but it is for sure. And if you haven't seen it, like, I highly recommend that movie. It's Michael Keaton is like just this like super straight laced, like, you know, everything by the books guy who like gets fired from his job and just goes batshit crazy.
Yeah. Defense.
Yeah. Let's see. He directed Dying Young in 1991. He also directed Flatliners in 1990, which we mentioned, I think, last week. Or maybe the week before. I don't remember.
It comes up a lot, actually.
Yeah. Before this, he directed St. Elmo's Fire in 1985, DC Cab 1983, The Incredible Shrinking Woman 1981 with Lily Tomlin. And that'll do it for Joel Schumacher. Up next, Jason Patric, who was Michael in this movie. Another dude you just see like every now and then. He's just a face you know. You might not know his name, but he's in a lot of stuff. He's going to be in Terrifier 3 coming up later this year.
Dope.
Let's see. As far as notable things, sure,
No,
we're going to get to one. Wayward Pines 2016. I heard that was actually pretty good.
It's just like weirder Twin Peaks or something, right?
Yeah. He was in an episode of Entourage in 2008. I thought there was a Lost Boys sequel. I'm like, no,
There are 2 Lost Boys sequels.
There are, yeah.
And thankfully, I have not hated myself enough to watch either one of them.
He was in Narc, I think with Ray Liotta in 2002. Yeah. I think it was Joe Carnahan directed that. Yep. Up next.
I miss Ray Liotta.
Yeah.
I don't miss the movies he's been in, like he was in like shortly before he died, but
I miss Ray Liotta.
Yeah.
Karen! Why would you do that? That's another movie I anytime, anywhere, I will watch. Yeah.
Oop, putting the remote down right now. Hey, shut up.
Hey, buddy. Thank you. No. That was all the money we had in the world. He was in
Cocaine, the movie.
Yeah. He was in Frankenstein Unbound in 1990.
Sexy.
Solar Babies, 1986. I did watch that quite a bit because it was on HBO a lot.
Is it anything like Muppet Babies?
It was like a futuristic movie where I think it was almost like Robot Jocks, where they were like in a sporting league or something, maybe like ruled by the military, group of renegade teenage orphans. Yeah, it was
that is
weird.
Nothing like that.
No, it's not. I just remember getting those movies confused. Next up, Corey Haim, who's been dead for 14 years. Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, he was like an icon in the 80s, you know? Towards the end, not so much. He was in Crank High Voltage in 2009.
Oof.
He did show up in The Lost Boys, The Tribe in 2008. I don't know if it's the second or the third one.
The Tribe, I think, is the third one.
Okay. Shows up as himself in Robot Chicken. Dickie Roberts, former child star. Wishmaster 2, 1999. Shows up in the Merlin TV movie, 1998. He was one of the biker gang members in 1997.
Oh, Jesus.
Along with Don the Dragon Wilson.
Really?
Yeah.
Like championship kickboxer Don the Dragon.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Let's see. Double O Kid, 1992. Blown Away, 1992. That was a Thursday Night Prime movie. And we were watching that one a little bit when I was a teenager.
A little bit, hey?
Yeah. What's her name? From Charles in Charge got naked in it.
Seen it once or twice, hey?
Yeah. Might have had it recorded. That's a different story.
Why is part of this tape worn out?
Yeah. That's more of a defenestration hour story. License to Drive, another 80s like fucking classic. I think it was both him and Corey Feldman again. The Lost Boys, Lucas, 1986. That was another big movie back then.
Yep.
Silver Bullet, 1985, which I still think we need to get to at one point on this show.
Yeah. I don't love that movie.
Yeah, I remember not liking it a lot, but I honestly have not seen it probably since the 90s. So
but I mean, like, I guess
I might have a new appreciation for it.
I guess maybe, but like, from the outside, it's like, how do you go wrong? It's Stephen King. It's a werewolf. It's the abuse.
Scary abusey.
Yeah. Then turns out, yeah, you can go way wrong.
Up next, Diane Wiest. Another actress or actor who's been in just a ton of things. You have seen her somewhere before.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, recently she's been on Mayor of Kingstown, which is pretty good. I was watching that, and then I just kind of lost steam like halfway through the second season.
Yeah.
It was good, though. I'll give it a thumbs up. She was on the Blacklist for an episode. She has been in some like classics, though. Synecdoche, New York. That's a Charlie Kaufman movie, I believe. She shows up. Nope, again, not one of the sequels, just a documentary. She was in 48 episodes of the original Flavor Law and Order from 2000 to 2002.
Oh, shit.
Also shows up in 2 episodes of Special Victims Unit. She was in I Am Sam in 2001.
If we learned one thing from Tropic Thunder,
you never go full. Sean Penn, I Am Sam, no Oscar. She was also Law and Order: Criminal Intent. Let's see.
10th Kingdom, that was dope.
Okay. Practical Magic, 1998. The Birdcage, 1996. That's right. She was Gene Hackman's wife, right?
Yeah.
That is a really good movie.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Fussy. Madonna.
She's in Bullets Over Broadway, which I've never seen, but I heard is really, really good.
Oh, don't skip The Scout.
Oh, yeah. The Scout, 1994. That's the one with Albert Brooks and what's his name?
Come on.
Brendan Fraser.
There you go.
Yeah. Cops and Robertsons with Chevy Chase. Edward Scissorhands, 1990, another classic. Parenthood, 1989. Anything else worth mentioning? Hannah and Her Sisters, Purple Rose of Cairo. She may have worked with Woody Allen a couple of times. She is in Footloose in 1984. And that's really all the stuff worth mentioning. Whoops, that was not somebody we wanted to delete. Timeout.
Oh, boy.
Oh, what a douche. Turn
Bring it up.
No, I got it. It's just a quick Control-Shift-T. Barnard Hughes is up next.
There are so many people in this IMDb.
Yeah, I was trying to cut it down, but there's a lot of notable people. We can skip over, gloss over some of them. He played the grandfather in this, who was just awesome in this.
Oh,
His character name is just Grandpa.
Yeah. Or Dad.
Yeah. As far as some of the other things, he was in The Odd Couple 2 in 1998. Homicide: Life on the Street. He was in 52 episodes.
Did you say homicide?
Homicide.
What?
Homicide?
No.
Homicide?
There you go.
Sorry. Anyway.
I like that you caught it immediately.
Could you describe those what those wires look like?
Big plate of spaghetti.
A big plate of Paschetti.
Spaghetti.
He was in 52 episodes of Blossom.
Oh, Christ.
He was in Doc Hollywood in 1991.
That was Michael J. Fox.
Yeah. Anything else worth mentioning? He was in The Fuck Boat, 1984.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. An episode of Tales from the Dark Side, 1983.
That's a name. Gideon Hackles. Jesus.
He was in Tron in 1982. And I'm sure there was other stuff.
Captain Kangaroo.
3 episodes of The Bob Newhart Show. Lou Grant. It's an Oh God with George Burns. Hawaii Five-0. We might just move on. We're moving on. He's in 3 episodes of All in the Family. There we go.
Look at us move on.
Yeah, let's
like you do.
Go out in a hideout. Edward Herman, who played Max in this, he also shows up in a lot of stuff over the years. He was in 2 episodes of American Dad, 2012 and 2016.
Mm-hmm.
I never got into that show. I heard it was good, but I just
I watched it. I watched it when it started because it was like, oh, cool. It's like a new Family
More
Guy
Seth
thing.
MacFarlane, yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is literally just Family Guy, but Republican.
Yeah. Let's see. He shows up in The Wolf of Wall Street in 2013. How I Met Your Mother. He's in an episode of that. 6 episodes of The Good Wife. Original Flavor CSI. There we go. Bucky Larson, the fucking Nick Swartzen movie, 2011.
Oh, Jesus Christ. 3.3.
that tracks. He was in an episode of 30 Rock. There's got to be a reason.
I mean, probably you're only in 2004.
He's in The Aviator 2004.
This motherfucker works.
Yeah, one of the kind of lesser known Scorsese movies. It's in 6 episodes of
The Aviator?
Oz. Yeah.
The movie was fucking huge.
Yeah, but it's not one of the ones that kind of has seemed to stick around. Nobody mentions it anymore.
Yeah, I guess not. It's like the thing about Howard Hughes is over.
Yeah.
It's like nobody cares anymore.
Yeah. Let's see.
I think it's because everybody realized, like, oh, he was mentally ill, not just fucking cuckoo.
Yeah. Wearing Kleenex boxes on your feet. Sign of craziness. He played Nelson Rockefeller in Nixon in 1995. He was in Richie Rich. He played his dad in 1994.
Oh, shit, yeah.
My Boyfriend's Back, 1993.
I remember that movie.
Yeah.
That used to be on TV a lot.
Yeah. He was in Overboard with Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell in 1987.
Mm-hmm.
St. Elsewhere. He's in 4 episodes of that. The Man with the One Red Shoe with Tom Hanks. He plays FDR in Annie in 1982. The Electric Grandmother, also in 1982. I remember watching that on Nickelodeon a lot when I was a kid.
The Electric Grandmother?
Yeah, it's about this like android grandmother like these kids get when their grandmother dies.
Jesus Christ, that's grim.
Yeah, well, it's fucking 80s, man. We went through some shit.
Hey, that is true.
He's in the 1974 version of The Great Gatsby. Is that the one with Robert Redford? Yeah. And Mia Farrow. We watched that in high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And we're going to move on from there. Up next, we have Kiefer Sutherland, another American icon who just lost his father.
Yeah. We've lost a lot of motherfuckers recently.
Yeah. Bernard Hughes was in Cold Turkey, another classic. I'd never seen that.
Yeah, I don't know it.
Yeah. Anyway, back to Kiefer Sutherland. He's probably most well known for being Jack Bauer on 195 episodes of 24.
Doc motherfucking Holiday.
Oh, yeah. Was he Doc Holliday in that?
Young Guns, yeah.
I didn't realize he was supposed to be Doc Holliday. I just knew his name was Doc.
Yeah.
Let's see. Designated Survivor. He was another series he was in. A lot of dad TV. Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh.
What's that?
TJ said Kiefer most recently starred as Paul Bearer number 3. I didn't want to interrupt, but
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's...
Donner agrees.
Yeah, he said rough.
Oh, shit.
You clicked on things.
I didn't mean
How
to.
dare you?
Twin Peaks, The Missing Pieces. He was in that in 2014. Let's see. He played Snake in Metal Gear Solid 5.
I haven't played one of those since 3.
Yeah, that's the one I quit after I had to sit through a 90-minute cut sequence
Yeah,
that featured not one, but 2 tutorials on how to fry an egg.
I loved that fucking game, though.
Never
No,
did it for me.
2 was the one that was fucking crazy.
No, that was I liked that one. 3 was the one that I was just like, I'm done with this shit.
You liked 2, but you thought 3 was too much?
I don't think I got through 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would explain it.
Yeah.
Like, the ending of Metal Gear Solid 2 is like an hour-long cutscene.
You
Like-
sure that's not 3?
That, I swear to you.
Maybe that's the one that got me out then.
3 is the one where it's all like jungle warfare. 2 is the one where
Yeah.
you can do like fucking pull-ups and shit.
Yeah, no, I didn't get through 2. Because that was the first one with Raiden, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I did not get through 2.
Which
3
I liked.
was
It
the
was
one that got me to check out. Because 2 was for PlayStation 2. 3 was for PS3.
correct.
That's when I checked out, was PS3.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the one where they
No,
had
no. 3 was on PS2. 4 was on PS3.
Oh, so maybe I made it to 4.
That was Guns of the Patriots.
Maybe I made it to that one then.
That one sounds right. I think that one has a weird fucking scrambled egg thing.
Yeah.
Because 3 doesn't have a lot of that like craziness.
He's done a lot of video game voice work. Call of Duty, 2 different games for that.
Whoa.
What am I
This-
going over?
Up, please. This is for all my fucking mega nerds out there. He played Raceland in the Dragonlance cartoon.
All right, Dragons of Autumn Twilight.
Yeah. That's D&D shit, like hardcore.
All right. Looks like we do have Brooks and Bridget for the Longlegs talk.
The dissertation.
Yeah. I feel like I know one of us really loves that movie, and I don't think it's me or you.
No.
Yeah.
Nope. One of us saw it twice.
Yeah. Again, not you or I.
No.
She's like, it's much better on a second viewing, and I was like, second viewing. We'll talk about it.
We'll get there.
The Cowboy Way, 1994. Him and Woody Harrelson.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's where me and my boy Charlie got Hat Rack from.
Hat Rack.
You go back to that apartment and play Hat Rack. That's where you take the fucking cowboy hat, put it on your boner.
He is in A Few Good Men in 1992, which is awesome.
Yes, it is.
He's in Twin Peaks Firewalk with Me, 1992. Flatliners, of course. Yeah, Doc Scurlock. There we go.
Yeah.
1990.
It's fucking Doc Holland. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, he played Doc in both of the Young Guns movie. I saw a thing today. They're working on Young Guns 3. They're all in their fucking 60s.
Yeah, there's not a young bit about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something about that. Like somebody's holding up the process.
I don't know if I want a Young Guns 3.
I don't.
Yeah.
Like 2 was, and that was still like it was good.
Yeah.
But like you're pushing it.
I do enjoy both of those movies.
You know who's probably not holding up the process though is Lou Diamond Phillips, because that guy probably needs a paycheck.
I just saw he was at some comic show recently. He did not look like Lou Diamond Phillips.
No.
I have so many La Bamba questions for him if I ever get to work with him.
I was gonna say, does he look like Richie Valens now?
It's always about Richie. Richie Valens now. Jamie Gertz is apparently the richest actor in Hollywood at the moment. She is worth billions of dollars.
Why?
I don't know. That's actually a good question. We should look that up.
Where did you get that information?
It's something that's like one of those trivia facts I keep seeing like again and again. I don't want to drive the keyboard out again. Can you look that up, Art? Yeah, thank you.
Beyond the screen, investments and sports team ownership.
Oh, there you go.
Her and her husband's investments and business ventures.
Yeah, she is like ridiculously rich.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Must be great to be hot and rich.
Yeah, for real.
I'll never be either.
Exactly.
Well, actually, I'm pretty fucking hot right now.
Yeah, steaming right now. She's still in things every now and again. Last thing she was in, I Want You Back in 2022. A couple of projects in the 2010s. She showed up in This Is Us for an episode. Modern Family 2011. She was in 5 episodes of Entourage in the late early 2000s. Ally McBeal, she was in 5 episodes of that. We're going back now.
I never understood that show.
She was in ER. She was in Twister, of course, the original 1996.
Oh, wow.
She was in 2 episodes of Dream On, 1994. She shows up in Seinfeld for an episode in 1994. Less Than Zero. That's right. She's in that movie in 1987. I do dig that movie. I dig that book. Not exactly a pick-me-up.
No.
Yeah. But I do dig me some Bret Easton Ellis. She's in 16 Candles, 1984. Shows up in 4 episodes of The Facts of Life, 1 episode of Family Ties, Different Strokes. She's in 20 episodes of Square Pegs in 82 and 83. That was a show that had like Sarah Jessica Parker. I think Nicolas Cage might have been in it.
Muffy Tepperman.
Muffy.
That's a fucking name.
Well, it was the early 80s.
That's
and like
true.
Art said, they went away in the 90s.
Can we get less Muffies, please?
Yeah. Can we get a little less Muffy in here? Corey Feldman is up next. Yeah, another
Have
tough
you
Hollywood
seen
story.
any of his like musical career stuff.
He's still hanging on to that Michael Jackson thing.
Yeah, dude. I cannot tell if he is going for like professionalism in his music and just can't do it, or he is doing some Andy Kaufman level shit.
It could go either way. Yeah. He's like, it's either
so bad
commitment to a bit, or like he just really, really, really digged the music of Michael Jackson and like just wants to keep making that music. Like,
music, like this,
even like carrying the style though, and everything.
The music that he makes is not Michael Jackson-y music, but like everything else that he's trying to do is very Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Which I mean, like they were homeboys. Mr.
Show did a great fucking spoof of him in their original run in like the late 90s.
Yeah.
I forget what I think it was Bob Odenkirk playing him. What his name was, but like it was about him going into rehab, like, and every time he came out of rehab, it was the same clip. Like he'd do the same like Michael Jackson dance when he came out, like do the spin and like fling the hat at the end. Like, it was like Corky something, like they call it.
Jesus Christ!
Oh God! Oh,
Mr. Show was so ahead of its time.
Yeah, that show was amazing. Anyway, Corey Feldman. Still in things. I'm, unfortunately not anything anybody's heard of probably. Let's see how far we can go before we actually, Minecraft story mode. That was 2018, so it wasn't that far.
Yo.
He did the voice of Slash in a bunch of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoons over the years. 12 episodes from the 2013 to 2017 one. Was that the awesome like CGI one?
I think it was.
Yeah, that was a really good show.
Yeah.
Come on, go back. Again, shows up in American Dad.
Which turtle was he originally? He was
Slash is like the mutant turtle.
No, not Slash. Corey Feldman.
He was Donatello.
Yeah. That's right.
He shows up in an episode of The Birthday Boys, which is another great sketch comedy show that like Bob Odenkirk produced, and shows up in like the episodes too.
Oh, really?
It's hilarious. I got to rewatch that. Yeah. Oh boy.
There's going to be some garbage.
Shows up in an episode of Psych. That was 2011. Katy Perry music video, 2011. He did the Lost Boys sequels, The Thirst, and I believe The Tribe.
Yeah.
The Tribe is the second one, FYI.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Did 52 episodes of Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go. That sounds Adult Swim as fuck.
It really does.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Was in an episode of Greg the Bunny in 2004. That was a crazy show that was really good. Pauly Shore's Dead, 2003. He's in a Moby video.
Dude, I'm in a Moby video. Like, yeah. Jesus Christ.
He shows up in an episode of Son of the Beach in 2000.
That show was fucking unhinged.
Or fucking Gilbert Gottfried shows up as Dracula Gottfried. Like the character he would do on Howard Stern.
Yeah. Well, Howard Stern produced that fucking show, right? So
Yeah. I think Hank the Angry Drunken Dwarf is in like an episode or two.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
good. He was in The Crow, Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah.
As Chris Draven.
Ew.
Hey, it's me, your brother, Chris Draven.
He also starred in Touched by a Pop Star.
Yeah.
He's really on it today.
God damn.
He shows up in an episode of Sliders. That's right. She's in Bordello of Blood, so we have talked about him before.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot he was in that movie. That means we're going to move on for the sake of... he's in an episode of Tales from the Crypt. Hold on. We got to investigate. The Assassin, 1994. A happy housewife is pitted against 3 CIA agents who have come to kill her husband, a supposed rogue agent. Don't remember that.
Okay.
Jonathan Banks was in it.
God damn, that was written by William Gaines?
Yeah.
He must have been 130 at that point.
Let's see. When did he die? It's probably not long after that. Nope. 2 years before.
Old fucking script, I guess.
Yeah. Damn.
I wonder if that came out of like one of the tales of
Might have come from one of the comics.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Vault of Horror or the Tales from the Crypt, something like that.
How did it get fucking hotter in here again?
Because there are some plus-sized human beings sitting in a room together.
Very true. Very true. We are going to move on. I mean, he's in the Goonies. Like, everybody loved the fucking Goonies.
Yeah.
He's Mouth in the Goonies. Moving on. Jameson Newlander played the other Frog brother, Alan Frog. He has been in some fucking good movies as well.
Holy shit. I saw some up there.
Yeah. 2015, he plays the mayor in Bone Tomahawk.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal fucking movie.
Really good movie, though. Yeah. Highly recommend Bone Tomahawk. Not for the weak of stomach.
No.
Yeah.
No. It's Terrifier of the Western.
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Oh, dude. Yeah, you'd like it.
Okay, so instead of killer clown, you have just insanely brutal natives.
They refer to them as troglodytes. Like, they're like these, like,
Yeah.
I'm in.
yeah, like cave dwelling, like natives. Like,
Yeah. So I guess replace the clowniness with the mutantiness from The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah. There you go.
I like it. And it's like every streaming service imaginable.
Oh yeah, dude.
He was also in the 1988 version of The Blob.
Which was dope.
Yeah, man. That
6.7? Are you
that's
fucking
bullshit.
crazy?
That movie deserves way better than that.
Yes, it does.
That was our third episode, believe it or
really
not.
was.
That's another one we need to redo at some point, not like right away.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think we were starting to get like some flow by then, but like we still didn't know what the fuck we were doing.
I want to say the first like better known as I did was probably like Aliens. I think.
I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, trying to remember. I think that's when it
Aliens was episode 5-ish.
I don't know if it was like
10.
5 or 8. I can never remember which one. Yeah.
It's in the first 10.
Yeah, for sure. The Blob, if you have not seen the 80s version,
Do yourself the best favor.
yeah, arguably better than not even arguably, it is better than the original.
No, like
Yeah.
that was the era of the better remake.
The Thing, The Blob, what was the third one?
The Fly.
The Fly, yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Up next, Billy Worth. He played one of the Lost Boys, Dwayne. He's still in things. Some of the other things he has been in recently, he was in Godfather of Harlem for an episode. Scorpion, that was in 2015 as a CBS show.
I liked that show until it just like refused to change.
Oh, yeah, just more of the same.
Like, I'm watching the same episode I watched last week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, CBS shows are geared to the elderly, and they don't remember last week. It's a new show every week, as far as they're concerned.
It's like the Family Guy Jag joke.
Was it a Family Guy joke?
Yeah, but they're talking about Jag. They're like, they don't even pay attention to what's going on. They just like the colors. Woo!
That was legitimately the reasoning behind why there was a Star Trek motion picture. They wanted to sell color TVs, so that's why all the colors in that movie are just like crazy fucking like off the scale. Like it's fucking so weird. Shows up in an episode of Sex in the City. 2000. Relax, it's just sex. 1998.
Relax, baby, relax.
Martial Law with Sammo Hung.
Fucking yes. Fucking yes.
Billy Worth. Yeah. He was in the Body Snatchers remake in 1993. Who Killed Baby Jesus? 1992. Red Shoe Diaries.
Baby Jesus, but the Romans killed adult Jesus.
Yeah. He is also in an episode of Tales from the Crypt. Split Second. A beautiful waitress marries the owner of a lumber camp and then quickly starts to realize that he is not what she really wants.
That episode is so good.
What? I don't remember it.
Okay, so she marries the
Brian James, I'm going to assume.
Yeah.
All right.
And she winds up falling in love or lust, realistically, with the new hot hunky lumberjack.
Okay.
And he is like stud, refuses to use a chainsaw, cuts everything down by with
fucking hands,
like with an axe, because he's so smoking hot. And so they wind up fucking, and he, Brian James' character, like winds up like blinding that lumberjack somehow.
All right.
So all the other guys in the lumberjack crew take her and Brian James and put them inside logs and then teach the new guy how to use a chainsaw because he's blind.
All right.
Yeah.
I think I do remember that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anything else worth mentioning?
Red Shoe Diaries.
Read a steamy Showtime series. Nothing in Common with Jackie Gleason and Tom Hanks. That was 1987. His first role was in The Equalizer on CBS, 1985.
Good God.
Up next, Alex Winter, who we have talked about before.
Yeah.
He was in Freaked.
Not that long ago.
Yeah, actually, you'd be surprised. That was probably almost 40 episodes ago, probably.
Fuck you. Man.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Maybe even more. I want to say it was in the 120s. It might have been like early 100s.
Oof.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel good. Destroy All Neighbors was fucking dope, though.
Yeah. He was most recently in Destroy All Neighbors. He plays Vlad, like the crazy, like all made up, like trollish looking neighbor. That was a really enjoyable movie.
Yeah.
Fun horror movie.
That had the feel and the like ha-has of Freaked.
Yeah.
Like it felt like a continuation of that.
Yeah, like that same kind of like, goofiness. He directed a movie about Frank Zappa in 2020.
I watched that.
I think I've said this before. I don't get Frank Zappa.
Totally fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
I respect him as I read one of those Cliff Nesteroff books, and he talks about like the PMRC trials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like, I respect him for all that. He was fucking amazing during that. But yeah, I never got his music, unfortunately.
Which, I mean, it's very avant-garde. Like his early stuff was more kind of generic pop music.
Yeah.
But then the later he got into his career, the less he was interested in conformity and mainstream. So he just went wild. So like very reminiscent of Tom Waits. So like if you're into like the crazy shit that Tom Waits does now,
yeah,
then like maybe you could go back with a different ear for Zappa, but
yeah.
it's very like kooky and like not funny, but like he did have comedic songs like Yellow Snow and all that kind of shit, but like the dude was a consummate professional, like genius musician.
Yeah. And of course, I mean, Alex Winter is, of course, known for being Bill S. Preston, Esquire.
Yes.
From Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures.
I did not really enjoy that latest movie. It wasn't bad, but like,
it
didn't have the that I needed.
Chance Michael Corbett, who played Laddie in this movie. I mentioned him because I believe we talked about him before. He was in Pumpkinhead.
Oh, yeah.
1988. He's also in The Rocketeer in 1991.
Yes.
Which is a really, really awesome movie.
So dope.
Yeah. Up next, we brought that up for a different reason. Bill Baker is our last entry in Better Known As.
Yep.
This dude's, we saved him for one specific reason, but he has been in a ton of shit over the years.
Yeah.
This was actually his last role, 1987, The Lost Boys. Before that, he's in Summer School.
Which rules.
Yeah, 1987. Before that, he is in not one, not two, not three, 4 episodes of Murder, She Wrote. There it is. Also shows up in 2 episodes of Highway to Heaven, L.A. Law, he shows up in an episode of Magnum P.I. He's in Armed and Dangerous with John Candy and Eugene Levy. He shows up in 3 episodes of Family Ties.
I miss John Candy so much.
Yeah. That was when he died, like, oh,
that would hurt. That fucking hurt.
Yeah. Simon and Simon, 2 episodes of that. He shows up in an episode of Amazing Stories. He's in the movie Weird Science. He's in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. The Man with One Red Shoe with Tom Hanks. He's in Back to the Future. St. Elmo's Fire. Gotcha. Mask. Johnny Dangerously.
He's a background character in every one of these. He's not a main character.
Yeah, that's
but
it.
like, was he doing like stunt work and just being in the crowd?
Probably just extra work. Charles in Charge, Knight Rider, The Karate Kid, Scarface, The Day After, Dr. Detroit, St. Elsewhere, 13 episodes of Happy Days, The Greatest American Hero, Laverne and Shirley, MASH, TJ Hooker, Grease 2, Star Trek 2, Walking Tall, the original one, 1981,
Jesus
Private
Christ.
Benjamin, Dukes of Hazzard, Buck Rogers, The Incredible Hulk, 2 episodes.
Did you ever see the original Walking Tall?
No, the one with what's his name? Joe Don Baker?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Dude, it is fucking bloody.
Yeah.
Like bloody. Especially for an older movie.
Yeah, I've seen the one with The Rock. Yeah,
Yeah.
Buford Pusser. Yeah, that'll do it for the better known as. Let's get into that crapshoot.
All right.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about that thing.
No, we're gonna do our Longlegs review in a little while.
Yeah.
I watched other stuff though.
Did
I
you?
feel like
You either did or...
I started watching Sugar on Apple TV.
Yeah.
It's like a detective show with Colin Farrell. It's pretty good. I'm on episode 3.
I do like Colin Farrell.
Yeah. He's really good in it. He's like this detective. It's like your classic, like kind of like 50s style detective type of thing.
Okay.
There is a twist coming. I know there's a twist coming. My uncle told me, like, he's like, it seems like a detective show. He's like, it's a sci-fi show. You'll see why.
Okay.
So I know that's coming. So far, it's just like a straight like detective show.
Yeah.
I'm really digging that though. I feel like I watched more movies though, aside from the one we saw. It's been a busy ass week.
I did not. I watched season 3 of The Bear.
What'd you think?
I like it.
I do recognize that it's not as good as the other two, but I still liked it. I enjoyed it.
The first half, maybe even almost 3/4 of the season spends way too much time in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Because it's repetitive.
It doesn't really cover much ground. Like it all takes place within like a couple of days,
Yeah.
kind of like after the end of season 2.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I felt like a little bit like kind of robbed on that front.
Yeah. They didn't spend a lot of time expanding the characters. They're showing you like certain key elements of characters' past, which is good, and I like it, and we need it.
Yeah, like I liked the first episode where we get like the backstory on Carmi, like all of the things that kind of brought him to where he is.
Yeah.
There's a reason I opened this, and I can't remember.
I don't know.
So I did like that. Like I thought that was a good way to start out.
Yeah, it's just there wasn't like it was almost all Carmi the whole season.
Yeah, and like it just didn't like I don't know. I wanted more of everybody else. Like Marcus, like we barely checked in with Marcus.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I just wanted a little like for like the weight on this show. Like I feel like we didn't get much. This whole season was like kind of like place setting or like kind of like waiting for the next season.
Yeah, it's like everything that they expanded on was stuff that I didn't really care about. Like I don't need John Cena as a fact.
I did like that though.
It was fun.
I will haunt you.
Yeah.
This is a haunt. It's got to be a haunt.
But like they were like, oh, we got John Cena. We're gonna get our money.
That could have been anybody though.
Yeah.
Like they could have gotten anybody to play that part.
I really liked the funeral for the restaurant.
Yeah.
That
was a really good
whole
episode.
thing was really, really good.
Where he finally confronts what's his name? Joel I can't remember his name.
Oh, Jesus.
But he's the chef who fucked with him. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he gets nothing out of it.
Yeah, he's like, I don't remember you. Like, I don't think of you ever. Like, yeah.
He's like, I made you excellent.
Yeah.
So you're welcome. And then he walks away to take a piss.
Yeah.
You are a cold motherfucker.
I wanted more Richie for sure, though. Like the little.
I always want more Richie.
I love when they're fighting and he's wheeling in the pinata. Like, no fucking surprise. Yes, fucking surprise. Don't fuck with the Dreamweave. I love that.
Richie is the best character on the whole fucking show.
Yeah.
Not only is he the funniest, but I give a shit the most
Like,
about
emotionally,
Richie.
he's the most, like, resonating character on the show. Yeah.
Like, he's
And-
the realest.
I think that also frustrated me that we didn't get an episode like the one like Forks last year, the one that was all about him just like growing more, like fucking. So yeah, I don't know. I missed that, but like some of the like the thing with Fack and the broth.
Jesus Christ!
I've poured the broth in front of you. Like, he just turns around.
This is a broth from Chef Carmine's brain. He made it. I'll pour it in front of you now.
He just picks it up and walks. So like yeah, like that's the stuff I want more of. Like I don't know.
I don't know, because I love the drama and all of the stuff that they're doing in the show. Like I love it.
Yeah.
But when that comedy hits, it hits hard, dude. And it's hard for me to be like, this is not a comedy show. It's a drama with comedy in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, fucking surprise.
The fuck with the Dreamweave. You spending how much money on fucking squirt guns?
Oh yeah, that was Wish Tuesday.
Yeah. It's just like I just honestly hope that show at least stays as good as it is.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite things on TV right now.
Yeah.
I did not see Your Honor with Cranston. That does look pretty good, and Cranston is usually awesome.
Which one is that?
Where he's like a judge. It was on like Showtime like a couple of years ago. I think it just might have wrapped up, or might even still be going. Yeah.
I don't even know about
It's on Netflix, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. I know I went to the movies at least some point this week before Longlegs.
I'm trying to think what the fuck is even out right now.
No, last thing I saw before that was A Quiet Place, which we talked about.
I have no interest in that. I had no interest in the original.
Yeah, the original's good. Yeah, the original one's good.
Meh.
I started watching the Sausage Party show this week.
Oh, my buddy told me like the first 5 to 10 minutes of the first episode are amazing.
Yeah, then it's just kind of downhill.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. Like I'm like in episode 4 or 5, and I'm just like, why am I even still watching this?
I barely liked the movie.
See, I thought it was funny, but you see, I don't need a whole series.
I think it was getting to the end of my like raunchy comedy era.
I guess we need more raunchy comedy, though. I'm always going to support an R-rated comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched a little bit more Evil. I'm almost done with season 2 of that show.
I'd like to get back into that, but like
I kind of hit a wall in season 2. Not going to lie.
I hit a wall in season 1.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just like I just didn't care, or like because it seems cool. Like,
yeah, I will say I'm way more back into it now but it took me a while to get into it again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm almost done with season 2. House of the Dragon's been awesome. Last week's episode was probably the best of the fucking series.
I saw like the last 10, 15 minutes of that.
The dragon battle.
Yeah, but I haven't seen anything. Like Monique was watching it, and like
it was intense.
I didn't see all of the first season.
I think it's it has the disadvantage of like living in the shadow of Game of Thrones, especially like the shittiness of the way it went out.
Yeah.
But I think it is a very good show that like it stands on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they're doing another like a Night of Westeros show.
I don't need like a million fucking spinoffs. Like let's just focus on this one. Let's keep making it good. Don't Game of Thrones it up and fucking fuck it up.
Yeah. Oh, they will.
Yeah.
You know what I really want is for George R.R. Martin to just finish the fucking books.
See, I've never read any of them, so like
I started reading them before the fucking show was on. Like long before the show was on.
You're never getting that book, dude.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
He's going to have somebody fucking Brandon Sanderson that shit. So he's going to die, and then somebody else is going to come along, pick up where he left off.
Frank Herbert's grandson's going to pick it up and start writing his own novels.
Yeah. It's been 84 years. Dude, the last book came out in fucking Jesus Christ, 2011?
That's probably about right. Before the show. Yeah.
Ugh.
Gross.
Arthur, when did A Dance with Dragons come out?
Oh, God. A long time ago.
A long, long time ago.
Looks like it came out in 2011.
13 years later,
Yeah.
no sequel.
No, not a one.
Meanwhile, Stephen King has written about 157 books in that time.
Yeah, but none of them are good.
Excel.
Yeah.
Can he do worse than the last season of the fucking show? No, he can't. Like,
I have a theory that season of the show was based on what he had written,
probably,
and then saw it tank and was like, I got to rewrite this shit. That's my theory.
That's probably not far from the truth.
Yeah. Plus, he's got his characters so fucking spread out that like he doesn't know how to bring them back and end the fucking series.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm waiting. So we're on. It's book talk.
King wrote 3 books during this episode.
We're on book talk now. So like I have 2 books at home that I'm waiting to read until the third one comes out.
All right.
Like I refuse to read them until the third one comes out, and it's the Patrick Rothfuss King Killer Chronicles.
Okay.
So again, he wrote 2 books, and it has been like it's probably been 10 years since he started working on the third one. That's never going to come out.
Yeah,
it's never going to come out.
You will never see that.
So I'm never going to read those books.
I have not picked up my Bob Odenkirk book this week because I've been off work all week. I usually read on my lunch breaks now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But what I have read has been really fucking good.
Yeah. Odenkirk's the fucking man.
Yeah. Man, what the fuck else? I've been busy doing family stuff all week. I haven't had a chance to do anything. Like,
yeah,
I did not think I was going to have time to watch this movie and get an episode out today.
Oh, really?
Somehow I did both.
Attaboy.
We could wrap up. I mean, we're gonna be back in a few minutes to talk about, or do we just want to try to bring them in now and without any
we can try to bring him in now.
All right.
Then it's just,
you do like a be right back,
pause.
or you think you can?
I don't even remember how to bring him in.
It would have to.
On Twitch. I have to go on Twitch.
Yeah, you have to make a new scene. It might just be easier for us to sign off and then come back on StreamYard.
Oh, maybe. Either way, I have to go piss.
All right, let's do that. We're gonna wrap this episode up, but don't go away, folks. We're gonna be back in a few minutes. We're going to be joined by Brooks and Bridget from Fighting with Friends, and we are going to talk Longlegs. Motherfucker, we're going to talk Longlegs.
Oh, we're going to talk.
Yeah.
We're going to have some fucking words.
We'll throw some socials at you real quick, then get the fuck out. Check us out in a couple of weeks at Mid-Hudson Comic-Con.
Yes.
We are doing the trivia contest. We are laden with prizes at the moment.
We're so pumped.
I didn't show you the flask that we got. I showed it to Arthur earlier.
Oh, yeah. I just saw the picture.
Yeah. There are still more things coming. Maybe the week before, we'll do like a layout on the table of all the prizes, like show you what you could win. Yeah. It's
dope.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So, yeah, come to Mid-Hudson Comic-Con. We will be there.
Jay Everett Thunder Penis actually is not going to be there. He's
double booked that weekend.
Double booked.
Yeah. But we will be there. And we're going to be hosting the trivia contest. That's at 5:00 on Saturday. It's going to be wild, folks.
We will not be sober.
No. yeah, after that, Fan Fest in Schenectady. Amanda and I will be doing a panel there. After that, Tampa Bay Comic-Con, Tampa Bay, Florida, August 23rd through the 25th. I'll be doing some hosting. As soon as I know what I'm doing, I'll let everybody know. So you do some socials and get the fuck out?
Yeah. As always, our website is www.bigdumbmonsters.com. If you want to send us suggestions for movies we should watch, beer we should drink, things we can change about the show, or if you just, want to say, hey, I love the show or I hate the show, you guys suck, whatever, email us, bigdumbmonsters@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook. We're Big Dumb Monsters Pod. We are on Slasher, the all horror social network. We are Big Dumb Monsters Podcast. And you can also find us occasionally signing into our Steam account, Big Dumb Monsters.
You can check us out on Instagram and Threads at big_dumb_monsters. When we do this show live, if you are listening to this in the audio only version, you are missing out because it's a fun show to watch live. We're gonna get a little bonus content too with the Longlegs review, but we do that live every Monday night on Twitch and YouTube at Nope, that's not where we are. We are on Twitch and YouTube at Big Dumb Monsters. You should come check out our merch store at TeePublic. You can search for the Big Dumb Monsters store there. We now have like trucker hats and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can tell by my attire. I'll rock a trucker hat.
Join our Discord. We have a Discord.
Yeah.
Come check it out. Arthur is keeping it alive.
Yeah.
Single-handedly.
Trying.
Yeah. He's on life support. But you can come check us out there. Now, some words of wisdom.
Don't let ghoulies eat your ass.
And never sleep in a deathbed.
Stick around. We'll be right back.
What's up, everybody? We are
Hey,
back.
I've got a cold one to crack open.
A cold what?
A cold strawberry rhubarb seltzer.
Is it alcoholic?
It is alcoholic.
All right. Okay.
All right.
I'm following the rules.
I am sans
Brooks
beverage.
should be
Oh, there you
hopping
go.
in at some point.
Oh,
I
thank you.
hope.
Oh, yeah, you got more there. Yeah, it's like I said, she gave a thumbs up when I said we're shooting for 9:30, so hopefully she's jumping on. Because she also joined in the team building exercise yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gone.
Like, okay, she's
Yeah.
just in the WhatsApp. Give me a
Just
few
separately
seconds.
from
Okay,
the rest
we're
of the
good.
team.
Yeah. She remotely joined. Yeah. So yeah,
She joined as well as she could from Rochester.
Yeah.
We last night went to see Longlegs as a group. We all have opinions to share.
Yep.
I am gonna say like the ring. I don't know what Sarah's opinion is. We talked a little bit after the movie last night, the two of us.
Mhm.
I think our opinions are pretty much gonna like reflect the internet's opinions at this point.
I'm more middle ground on this, I think.
Yeah.
Because I can definitely see what they were trying to do and what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I will give them points for effort and trying to do something new and different. It did not hit.
We have Brooks. Hello.
What up?
We were just introing everybody. We're telling them we all went to see I almost said it again.
Longlegs. Yeah.
We went to see Longlegs yesterday.
That adds a layer to it I don't like.
Yeah, no, thank
The
you.
movie had some of layers of its own that I didn't like.
Yeah, I mean, like, would it have been any more or less unsettling if it was Longlegs?
It's always peeking out through the bottom of his pants. Is that what you're saying?
Oh God.
It's like the 80s NBA all over again.
Their hoochie daddy shorts.
Welcome to the Big Dumb Monsters Network After Dark.
Yeah. This is kind of just our show, dog.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
pretty much par for the
I
course.
was about to say, is it all that much?
No,
Right.
I feel like Longlegs and Donglegs make an equal amount of sense.
Yeah.
Dong is the longest of the penis categories.
Fuck off.
The penis classification.
Well, listen,
Penile
you
classification.
get prick, pecker, dick, cock, schlong, dong.
Dong,
all right?
yeah.
It's the
That's
Clearly
official.
thought about that.
it's the final boss of penises.
Apparently, in sign language, the signs for F and 9 are the same, but there are separate individual signs for dick, cock, and penis.
Priority.
Depends on how you want to use the word.
Yeah. Anyway, I will kick off. I will go first. My first reaction was as the credits were rolling, was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like I was expecting so much more of this. I thought it started out really well. I thought the opening was really like awesome. Like, I forget her name, Lee
Harker.
Parker.
And her partner like going to this house, and she's like, "No, he's in there." Like her having this hunch that he's there, and like her partner getting spoilers. Sorry, we're gonna spoil the fuck out of this.
We're gonna spoil the absolute dog shit out of this for you.
And like her partner getting killed. Like I thought, like that was a really great opening. Like the whole thing with like her being psychic. Like I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then that whole storyline just went away. Like they never really talked about her being psychic again after that.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah.
My thing is that like they're basically retelling Silence of the Lambs in a really clumsy supernatural way.
Yeah,
That's one of the whole things I was thinking about the entire time was that this is very much giving Silence of the Lambs just 6 inches to the left.
Pretty much, yeah. Like a cock to the left.
6 tucked inches, to the left. In honor of Silence of the Lambs.
Why did you have to bring that up at the start of the stream?
Because
it's just going to be building from that joke.
Because we like to ruin things around here.
Yeah. We like to dig out of comedy holes and to ruin things, yeah.
But it's just like, it was cool, and I like the idea that, you've got this FBI story, and, there's a weird serial killer, and it ties into her backstory, and she's got, psychic powers. They have like a connection, whatever. All that is super cool, but they drop the ball with it so much because like none of it feels cohesive.
Yeah, it's just it's disjointed. In my opinion, anyway.
Yeah,
I think that in the scene where Longlegs Nick Cage fucking smashes his face in one, that was also giving Twin Peaks.
That was pretty gnarly, I will say.
Yeah.
If from there it had gone absolutely off the fucking rails, and I don't even necessarily know in what way, but if things had just kept ramping up at that intensity,
I think it just took too long to get there, too, though.
Yeah, I kept waiting, all right, now it's going to get crazy. Nope. All right, now it's going to get, nope. Yeah.
I have been chasing the high of Hereditary in theaters since 2019.
I will agree with her on that. Seeing Hereditary in the theater was like a full-on experience. The crowd was so into it.
Okay, I didn't see it in the theater. I saw it at home, and I didn't really care for it.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the slow burn. There are things that I do like about Hereditary, but just in general, the way the movie ended didn't do anything for me, and the build up, the juice wasn't worth the squeeze. Which is what I have a problem with Longlegs. So I appreciate a slow burn, but it was burning so slow, and it took so long to get where it was going that it wasn't worth it.
We have to get to the conflagration at some point if we're doing a slow burn here.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just feel like it never the peak was him smashing his face into a table, and then
there was still a half an hour of movie.
Yeah. And I don't know, maybe I'm selling short the psychological horror of it all, of having to murder your mother basically, at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And your partner.
Yeah.
Or not your partner, your boss. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. That that ending, it didn't feel earned. It didn't feel like it just like the thing we were all here to see was Nicolas Cage, and he's been dead for half an hour now. Like, why do I give a shit anymore?
And he was barely in the movie to begin with.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Also, it's fine, but you have to make when he's on screen mean something. Also, you have to make his makeup look not terrible. That looked so fucking bad.
See, that didn't bother me because it looked like a bunch of botched plastic surgery, which I felt like that fit.
It bothered the shit out of me.
It looked like he was playing like a kids movie character in a serious movie.
Yeah.
Like it just, I don't know, something was just kind of off about
Yeah,
it.
he was like a character from Lazy Town.
Bad.
Let's see, what else can we say here?
I don't know. Well, they have opinions.
I will say, since I was with you guys, I was watching it the second time. I will say that the supernatural element in the first third is there, but only if you know to look for it, which is kind of the bitch of it.
Yeah, I can see that.
When I was watching it the first time, I was like, oh, how does he know? How does he know her? How does he know where she lives? Blah blah blah. But also things like, oh, how does he sound like he's in the house, but then he's outside of the house, but then she leaves and the door's unlocked? Those things because there is a supernatural influence here. It doesn't have to make logical sense. And the first time I watched this, I was like, oh, that's kind of like a plot hole or whatever. Or I was thinking that the first time I saw it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, it doesn't have to make logical, point A to point B sense because it doesn't.
Which is fair.
So,
but
there was that. I also noticed a shit ton more of the Baphomet goat preacher imagery in little flashes of it way earlier in the movie. Watching it the second time, it's in the mirror, it's when she closes the door, it's it's in the window in the library, stuff like that. So again, it's there, but only if you know to look for it in advance, which kind of defeats the purpose. Make it clearer from the beginning that something more is happening here, in my humble opinion.
Art's trying to piece this together, yeah.
Sorry, Arthur.
The movie makes no sense to me as you describe it.
It's probably going to make the same amount of sense if you watch it.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's just it just felt
and I will
clumsy.
say that there's something to be said for movies where it's a little more vibes than actual explainable this is what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did like the sense of dread that they kind of had going through the movie. That was cool, but it just, again, I need a payoff to that at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watching it the first time, I was very freaked out the entire experience. I was very on edge. So
it's a very anxious
did good
movie.
There.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Brooks, give us your thoughts.
Come on, do it.
Yeah, what do you got, girl?
I felt like it was very predictable. Is that just me?
No,
Here's the thing. I'm going to agree with you.
Yeah, the thing with her mom, you clearly know something is up with her mom the whole movie.
Yeah.
Because their relationship is not
she's
normal.
Fucking weird.
Yeah, it's two people talking at each other for the whole movie until until it's revealed, oh, she's actually working with the killer.
Right.
Okay, well, that tracks, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it didn't surprise me.
It's not a surprise. Even if you're not going oh, I know that she's doing it. Once you find out for sure that she's doing it, you're still not oh my God. Because it who else could it possibly fucking be?
Yeah. And sorry, I didn't mean I know, Brooks, you were saying stuff. I didn't want to jump away from you.
No, it's fine. I mean, that's one of those things too where it's almost always.
Give him a second. It's thundery out there.
Hi, Donner.
Your phone's
yeah, that's my mom.
It's almost always somebody that the main character knows.
Yeah.
And and she's the weirdest person in the movie, the mom. So that was kind of a given. Well, aside from Nicolas Cage. But then also I never remember anybody's names, but her boss talks about his daughter having her birthday. And then it's so obvious how it's going to end.
Oh, also, I would like to point out, we saw this on the 14th.
Oh, yeah. Which the whole thing with the killer is he kills the family with the daughter. The birthday's on the 14th.
Well, just some of them were the 14th.
No, it was all of them. I thought it wasn't it.
All of them.
Yeah.
All of them had birthdays on the 14th. Only one of them was killed on the 14th.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like for all the hype about Nicolas Cage, like I don't know, I can't tell you how many like Instagram posts, threads, Facebook posts are like, oh, he deserves an Oscar for this movie. He's in the fucking thing for maybe 5 minutes.
No, he doesn't. He deserved an Oscar for Pig. Die on that.
Yes. Yeah. That was an amazing movie.
Yes.
Pig gets
He deserves an Oscar for clearly having a good time.
Yeah.
For doing a Michael Jackson impression for 5 minutes of the movie.
A homeboy like having a good time. I'm never mad about it.
But yeah, I don't know. It just
the character just was not convincing though.
Again, even that first scene I thought was good, where he's talking to the girl.
Yeah,
you find out later on.
Fucking freaky.
Yeah, he's like, I've got my long legs on today.
Yeah,
yeah.
But it's just that. So
you never see him kill anybody. You never like.
Yeah, like that is shocking. That's uncomfortable. That's weird. But then it never gets worse than that, and you never get any dynamics. It's just that. So the second that you get used to that,
I wanted to see him
doesn't matter.
being like a fucking murderer.
Yeah, like Hannibal Lecter it up a little bit. Like if we're gonna like homage like these Thomas Harris novels, like Silence of the Lambs and whatever, like bring us back to Manhunter. Like, how like the tension of that movie where they're trying to track down this killer and like they don't know who it is, they don't know where he's gonna strike next, and like they were trying to go for that with this, but it was just like, oh, he killed another family. Oh, we really got to find. He killed another family.
Yeah,
like I don't know. It's just.
But he's technically not a murderer. He's a doll maker and a Satanist. But it's not like he kills them with his bare hands.
And also, I gotta say, it's 2024. Hail Satan is not fucking scary.
Yeah.
That's another one of my hot takes. Like
that was bothering me too.
The only people who would actually be scared by that are the people who genuinely go see the shitty like right-wing Christian movies that were advertised to us before our screening for whatever
both of them
reason.
Yeah, there was a lot of god
for what?
Like in the previews.
This was set in the 90s though, right? I think it was kind of
that was another thing. Like why
like a satanic panic thing?
Yeah,
but it wasn't. That was like the 80s was the peak of that. That was
more the 80s. But again, it also just like if you're going to go back and like focus on like some like this moral panic was actually really happening, like pick something that's legitimately fucking scary like today as well.
Well, I think people will
and
set
maybe my brain
things.
has just been fucking rotted by like horror movies and metal music, but
same.
Yeah.
Like very, very same. But I think people are starting to set movies in the 80s and 90s to get away from cell phones now.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah,
so, like
that would
because the cell phone is the solution to every fucking problem now.
Yeah, there's no reason for this to be set in the 90s other than it's an homage to Silence of the Lambs and and to get around cell phones. Yeah. I don't know.
Brooks, I don't know if you noticed this. I thought a lot of the set design was also giving like NBC Hannibal.
I could see that.
I still can't get past like the first 2 episodes. Like,
really?
I've tried like twice,
God,
man.
Like I would suspect that would be right up your alley. Like,
I imagine it would, but like there's something about that pilot episode that just does not grab me.
Huh.
Also, what was I doing watching that as it aired in high school?
Like watching TV, dog. Like, what's up?
Oh, girl, are you frozen?
Oh, did we lose you?
Either that or she's having a seizure.
Think we lost Brooks.
Oh yeah. Her expression is perfect.
Bye.
Ah, dang it.
Come back, bestie.
I don't know. Like, I love the bones of this movie. Like,
yeah, like it had everything.
The idea they've got. The idea they've got. The vibe was cool. It just doesn't go anywhere fast enough for you to stay giving a shit about any of it.
Yeah. And it really doesn't do anything new either, like cinematically. Like,
oh, fuck no.
Again, it's just kind of like fucking Kirkland version of Silence of the Lambs.
I will tell you that I did appreciate the flashback scenes looking like 8mm film.
Yes, yeah, the different aspect ratio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was nice.
That was clever. That's clever. Like, give me more of that shit in movies too. Like,
that was just me. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But yeah, I was legitimately like enraged as we were leaving that movie. I'm like, I fucking hated that. But like, the more I think of it, I didn't hate it. It just wasn't my jam. Like, it just, I was expecting a different movie that I did not get, and I think I wanted to see the movie I was expecting like way more.
Yeah, honestly, I might knock my rating down to a 3.5 because I like.
You seem to be all about it yesterday.
Yeah, you seem like you were digging the shit out of it.
Here's the thing, though. As I'm talking through it, I am like noticing like some more things. Where I'm like, oh yeah, man. Like, I really wish that did go further. But there is a lot of shit about it that I really liked.
Yeah.
Like, again, like.
I think we're in this. Like, it's the same thing with me.
From
like,
a stylistic standpoint, it looks fucking awesome.
Oh, sorry, we were getting a production note. Yeah.
Yes. I want to give it credit for ambition. It's just but everything that I would give it for ambition, I have to take away for execution.
Yeah.
So, like, if I've got to score it, Jesus Christ. Like, I don't want to be brutal to it because I didn't hate the movie. Like, I left thinking it could have been way better, but I sort of enjoyed the ride. So I'm gonna go like a 4.
I think I might be right around where Bridget was. I think like a 3.5 because it does have good bones. Again, the execution just falls short. Like something
out of 5 though.
Oh no, we're talking 10s.
10 for me. Yeah.
Jesus. That's a little harsh.
Did you not hear me go, oh, fuck this movie as the credits were rolling?
No.
Okay, just to
I was too busy still. AJ and I were too busy laughing about my joke about fucking not having to take the panties off the Reese's cup.
That's right. The Reese's panties.
I gotta ask. This is just like a theater experience question. Did you get snacks when you went to go see this?
Yes.
Because we were bitching about this. I got a little packet of like Reese's peanut butter cups, and when I opened it, they were all individually fucking wrapped.
Oh,
yeah. Same thing happened to me last week with Kit Kats.
You have to though.
Yeah. Well, I said like you're inviting me to litter in your theater because I'm not going to keep track of all these little wrappers.
What did you say? Yeah. You were like, you've given me a resource management position
that I did not ask for. Yeah. I'm sorry, buddy.
That's why I always go peanut M&Ms. Like,
yeah, I had sour Skittles. Same concept though.
Yeah,
one bag, no
Reese's,
wrapping.
Baby.
Yeah,
Reese's Pieces.
Yeah.
Oh, Reese's Pieces, respectable.
Good shit.
I would rather go peanut butter M&Ms than Reese's Pieces, but I do like a Reese's Pieces.
Valid.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, I did not hear you saying fuck this movie because we were too busy returning to that stupid joke that I made.
Just to put it in perspective, like we always rate things out of a 10 because we can put more nuance in the rating. So like tonight, we both gave The Lost Boys an 8.5.
I guess out of 10, this would probably be like a 6 for me.
Okay.
It's
hard for me to argue against that.
Of
because like the things that I don't like are just the things that I don't like.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's mostly like my own personal taste that like really keep me from like agreeing with this movie. Like another thing I was thinking about as far as like Nicolas Cage like killing himself well before the end of the movie, how much more effective would that have been if at the end of the movie, like, you know, her mom's dead, her boss is dead. She literally, like, the guy says to her at the end, like, now we have nothing after he's dead. Like, how much more effective would that have been?
Yeah.
If, like, you know, the only thing she has, like, for everything she's lost, she's got the killer, and then he just kills himself. I think that's a way more effective ending than the one we got.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, it blew its load.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah,
Concur.
I would say it's kind of a fair assessment.
Yeah. All right, Brooks. 1 through 10. Where you at?
See, that's what's funny is like I was initially thinking out of 5, and I was also going to say 3.5.
Hey,
But then if we're doing it on a scale of 10, like you would think it would automatically be 7, right? Because it's just doubling it. But no, that feels too high.
Yeah.
That's way too fucking
Way
high.
too high, yeah.
yeah, that's kind of why I went with 6, because it's like it's definitely over like halfway. It's definitely in the realm of enjoyed.
Yeah, we go our rule
But-
of thumb is like if it's a 5 or above,
It's
it's
rewatchable.
rewatchable.
Oh yeah, I would show this to somebody and watch it with them. Like my sister is more of a casual enjoyer of horror films than I am, but like she liked Hereditary, Midsummer, blah blah blah. I would show her this. I would watch this with her. I see your face. Stop it.
Mm-mm. Nope. No. I'm just not an Ari Aster kind of guy. I don't know what it is.
I was on board until Beau is Afraid. After that, I'm done.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen Beau is Afraid.
It's not good. It's Ari Aster smelling his own farts. It's what it is. Yeah.
Are there a bunch
I
of
made
naked
her
old
watch-
people in it?
Hereditary and Midsummer in the same night.
Ew.
Ugh. That's
I
a bit heavy, yeah.
It's just like, oh, I see you tried to commit suicide in the night.
Yeah.
I thought we had fun.
No. The experience was fun. Yeah.
Fucked up sort of way.
Yeah. The movie itself, I'm not a fan of, but no, hanging out with everybody was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking about our fucked up double feature, but this was
Oh.
fun too.
Yeah. I think that's
Sorry, that was so mean.
that was
You're fine.
the biggest letdown for me, though, is like I said, I was expecting a much more like intense, like manhunt type of movie,
Yeah.
where like
Yeah.
where we're searching for this killer, and like it didn't pay off that way at all.
Yeah. And a lot of
I
the
wanted to feel like I was going to die in a theater again.
a lot of the like shocking things in the movie weren't really that shocking. Like it's kind of old hat. Like
I watched
there was
somebody
nothing.
smash their own face into a table at the end of Black Widow, dog. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
they
always-
showed it on cable TV in the 1990s.
Yeah. And it's not even so much like I've seen it before. It's just like you're not giving me anything new. Like there's no new spin on the things I've seen before.
Yeah.
Like I see that they're trying, but it just didn't work. But I was so excited for that movie too, because like the trailers make it
know.
look dope.
And the
like-
hype has been
I just
unbelievable. Like,
wanted more.
yeah. The hype online has been unbelievable over the past week. Like I said before the movie started, I'm like, everybody is either like, this is the greatest horror movie ever, or this fucking sucks.
Yeah, which immediately let me know that I probably wasn't gonna love it.
Yeah,
Because, like,
same here.
holy
My
shit!
It is
sort
Wendy.
of
windy
hot
as
take
fuck out there.
there is that I think to a more casual horror viewer, this would be
It's probably super fucking
Closer.
intense. Yeah.
I would say it's a little closer to a lot. Same thing that happened with Skinamarink. That was an experience. I think the best way to
Hey Chris,
to have
what'd you think of
watched-
Skinamarink?
Piece of shit.
That's exactly why I brought it up. It's one of those movies.
That's
where
entirely valid.
everyone's one
I
side or
think
other.
the best way to have experienced that movie, which is not what we did, we saw it in the theater, but I cannot imagine what I would have felt watching that movie, headphones in, on my laptop, alone in my apartment at like 2 a.m. I would have died.
I was so relieved that I did not see that in a theater and spend money to
Yeah.
see that movie.
I still haven't seen it.
I think I made it 15 minutes. And I'm like,
I thought it was cool.
it's an ASMR video for 90 minutes is what it is. Like, yeah.
Woof.
I thought it was cool, man. I don't know. But again, I can be a pretentious asshole when it comes to movies, and I know that
Yeah,
about
no,
myself.
same here. I will say that. But like, you're working, we're of the age where like I the first time I saw Nightmare on Elm Street was in the second grade. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta come at me pretty hard with something to like affect me. Like,
Yeah.
That's my thing. I think a lot of the people who are on the internet saying this is like the scariest thing they've ever seen, it probably is.
yeah.
Yeah, no, like we are veterans of the horror market. Which not to like sound like pretentious about it, but like we've been watching horror movies for 30 plus years. Like, which sounds fucking gross.
Yeah.
But like yeah. So like there's all the classics.
Yeah, I do.
We've seen them. Like there's the new stuff that's coming out. We watch it. Like
I do feel like a baby when I say this because I didn't have quite the same like lack of supervision in my childhood that y'all had where you were watching
by
shit
quite
like
the same
Nightmare on
lack
Elm
of
Street.
supervision. You mean we had none? We had no supervision.
Yeah,
I literally just told a
Didn't
story
quite
an
have
hour
that.
ago about how my
But,
parents
like-
would let me wander Atlantic City at like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, unsupervised, just wandering the boardwalk when I was like maybe
Okay.
12.
We don't have time to unpack all of that.
Yeah.
Shit was different.
As a person who had a vaguely late start with like horror, but then really hit the ground running, like, yeah, you gotta pump the gas a little bit.
Yeah. Then and if you want to make a splash in horror now, you either have to do something extreme or extremely different.
Yeah, you just have to do something new. I don't think it needs to be extreme. It's just find a way to do something new.
Yeah.
And like this just did not do that. This was just like this was like a TikTok movie to me. Like it's just here's a clip that you can show and share. Like I don't know. It wasn't much. It didn't really cohere into a bigger story for me that I really enjoyed.
I thought they had a good base for this like Longlegs character. It's like he's pretty fucking freaky. I just wish they had.
Well, you know what the base of that character was? Buffalo Bill.
Yeah. And I think that this is a thing that a lot of horror movies use. Some do it well, some don't. Socially inappropriate responses in any given situation are a great way, can be, when used well, a great way to immediately make people feel like something is fucking wrong. Because humans, we are very pattern seeking, like, you know, kind of like tribally aware creatures. So as soon as somebody does something that like goes against the pattern of like, oh, this is how this interaction goes, you're immediately like, don't know how I feel about that. The problem is sometimes it can read as funny.
Yeah.
Oh, what was the thing I laughed at? Who's Mr. Downtown? Why don't you ask your mom? Here's me, the only person in the theater laughing.
But like when he's just like in his car and he starts like screaming or whatever, like, yeah, that really threw me off the first time I watched it because I was like, oh,
See, I was like, all right, like we're going full Cage.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be awesome. But like that was it. That was the full Cage. That's what we got.
It's just like the 2 times that he screamed while he was singing. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up with the fucking picture of Lou Reed, by the way?
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, over the mirror.
I legit dozed off a couple of times.
I thought I recognized that. But yeah, like if that had been like the base level weird, like the, you know, again, like the screaming and stuff, and it had just gotten more and more uncomfortable from there, holy shit.
Yeah, you're kind of introduced at base level, and then it stays there.
Yeah.
It's just like, I need more than that.
They needed to take it somewhere.
Yep. And I think they tried, like with the hardware store scene.
Oh yeah, you were talking about the girl in the hardware store.
First time I saw that, I was so fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But it needed to go somewhere after that.
Well, that particular scene didn't really need to go anywhere, but like that needs to be.
That needs to be a step
like
on the ladder.
Yeah, like show me something sort of weird, and then show me that scene, and then show me something weird after that. Like, yeah, I guess my like biggest gripe is that it's so flat the whole way through.
Yeah, you start at like a 3, and then you only ever really get to maybe like a 5 or a 6.
Yeah.
In terms of just like intensity, like, you know, scare.
No, I mean I don't even think it's as low as a 3. I think it's intense, It's just that because we start so high, it doesn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah, okay. So maybe you start at like
maybe like a 5
4
or 6,
5, and it only ever reaches like a 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think, like, I'm trying to think of, like, some of the more weird stuff doesn't even involve Nick Cage. Like, it's the mother character. Like, the late scenes with the mother are where you really start to get uncomfortable.
Like, the very end scene where, like, you know, it's the boss and his wife talking, and, like, again, something's clearly off.
Yeah.
And the wife is, like, laughing and also crying at the same time. Like, that was kind of cool, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then her mom is sitting in the corner, like, just like waiting for shit to go down.
Yeah.
Although, you know, I gotta say, like, the like devil, the shrouded figure that you could see the eyes through.
Yeah, that was cool.
Fucking loved it.
Yeah.
Love it. I love all of it. I love it. Give me 14 more.
That was awesome.
But yeah, give me more of that stuff. Like,
yeah.
No, that shit was great. Like, just from like an imagery standpoint, I was like, that's fucking awesome.
That's the kind of shit that appeals to me as a super fan of The Exorcist, where, like, you get that glimpse of that thing that you know shouldn't be there, and it makes you uncomfortable, and then it's not there.
Oh, I think this came up when we were talking on our stream the other day about fucking Mac and me.
Ugh.
But I was raised Catholic, which I'm sure you can tell from the everything about me. But the experience of watching The Exorcist was like, actually watching The Exorcist, the movie did not scare me nearly as much as the idea of actually finally sitting down to watch The Exorcist.
I believe that.
I believe that, yeah. That's a movie you're just like, I remember I had the same experience as like
you're
a kid.
Programmed to think that that's the scariest movie ever made.
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw Night of the Living Dead, I was probably like 9 or 10 years old.
Yeah.
And I remember like we were at my friend's house.
Shit.
Oh, we lost Bridget for a second.
What was that?
You're back though.
Odd. Okay.
And I remember like we had the VCR box and like it says like one of the scariest movies ever made.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, dude, are we sure we want to watch this? It's one of the scariest movies ever made.
That's how I felt when I finally watched that fucking movie. I was like, oh my god, like.
But in fairness, when The Exorcist came out, it fucking was.
Oh. Yeah, I can see why people lost their goddamn minds.
Yeah, no, like if we had the time machine, we're going back to, you know, the 70s to see the Ramones and CBGBs.
We've talked about this.
Yeah, we're watching.
Summer of 1977 is the first stop. Yeah,
and then we're going to see The Exorcist in the theater on its initial run. Like,
nice.
Yeah. All right. We've been talking like 40 minutes ish.
Have we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wish it went further.
Yeah, I just wanted a little bit more out of this.
I do have to complain.
Hit me with it. I love complaints.
It's not about the movie itself, but
I just love your complaints in general.
Yeah, do tell.
I went to this later time specifically for the D-box seat because I thought, like, that's going to make it so much better, right? Because it, like, vibrates.
Oh, it was like a 4D, like, X type of
Your
thing?
theaters have that? Holy shit.
So it's like there's only certain movies have it, but yeah, it like vibrates during certain parts. So like if there's a jump scare, it's supposed to like jolt you. They didn't work.
No, that sucks.
Mad. They gave us like little rain check tickets to use at a later time.
Yeah.
But I was so mad because I was so excited. I was like, yes, it'll be so scary getting like physically moved too. No.
No.
But here's the thing I was going to suggest for the next potential network movie night. I want to see, I don't know if they showed this trailer for you, Brooks. I want to see that fucking Cuckoo.
Oh,
what was it?
It's fucking Wes Anderson on fucking peyote movie.
The one with Hunter
Dan
Schafer.
Stevens and Hunter Schafer. That looks fucking freaky.
I will say I'll pretty much see anything with Dan Stevens at this point. He's been awesome in like the last couple movies.
I fucking love Dan Stevens, man.
I just rewatched Godzilla vs. Kong
like
or Godzilla X Kong.
Yeah.
Or just like a weird shit guy.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Also, he's cute.
I mean, like that movie looks entertaining. It just looks quirky.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to see that M. Night Shyamalan movie. I know it's going to be disappointing and terrible.
Yeah, it doesn't look
I like the concept.
Here's
It
my
did
hot
not
take.
look awful.
I love the concept, and here's my hot take about M. Night Shyamalan. I think that man really wrote himself into a fucking corner, because if you build a reputation on, like, your movies always having, oh my god, the most genius plot twist that you never could see coming, you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot eventually.
Well, yeah, because like he made one good movie with one good twist.
And then
and everyone was like, oh my god, that's his thing. And it's like, oh shit, now I have to keep this up.
Yeah. No, he could have just wrote like mediocre movies with, you know, decent endings. But he's got a ham fist, a twist in every single one of them. Like, I was mad. Yeah. I saw The Village in the theater.
Oh, I didn't even, I was out by that point.
Dude. I was calling that shit halfway through the movie.
But Signs was actually decent. Like,
I didn't see it.
Oh, dude, there's a meme about that movie. Like, it's just that there's one scene in that movie where they're watching, like, it's, you know, this video. It's supposed to be like of a party, like a kid's birthday party in Brazil when the aliens first land.
Yeah.
And it's like a home shot, like, you know, thing of like this party, and you see the kids like running and screaming, and there's just this one shot of like one of the aliens like coming into frame for a second, and it is terrifying.
Yeah.
And the meme is like, you know, what's one shot of a horror movie?
Is that Nyx?
What's that?
I can hear a cat meowing.
Oh. Like what's one shot of a horror movie that wasn't scary but still like fucked you up more than any other horror movie ever? And it's that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on my list.
Was that Mel Gibson?
Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin?
Yeah.
Joaquin.
All right.
Would we like to do? I have a fun concluding question for everybody. What's the scariest movie we've all ever seen?
Oh, Jesus. Depends on what you mean by scary.
Yeah.
What made you feel like you were gonna fucking die in the theater?
That's a really good question.
Or just upon first viewing.
Ooh, pardon me.
Well, it wasn't this one.
No, definitely was not this one.
The last 15 minutes, I was just thinking, I can't wait to go home.
Every time Nicolas Cage was on screen, I laughed.
Yeah, no, last 15 minutes was me thinking, I can't wait to go home and watch House of the Dragon.
It kept making me think of his character in Kick-Ass, the way he talked.
Oh, yeah, Big Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of already spoiled my own answer, but yeah, Hereditary. I've been chasing that high ever since.
I will say the first time I watched Night of the Living Dead was probably the most scared I've ever been, like, watching a movie.
I don't know, man. Like,
all right, about you two.
It's really hard for me to quantify, like,
yeah,
because I don't really get
just what
like,
sticks out in your mind, like, at all.
Yeah.
The first time I watched Dawn of the Dead, I was pretty terrified too.
Yeah.
The first time I watched The Shining, I was like 13. I was pretty fucking freaked out. As a sheltered kid, TM.
God
yeah,
damn.
I feel like the ones that stick out to me do so because I watched them when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
Alien. That's a pretty good answer. That has one of the most well-earned jump scares in the entirety of cinema, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, while I'm thinking about this, give me your rundown on the Alien quadrilogy.
And why is Aliens the best?
Ranking system.
I have only seen Alien.
Oh, so you haven't seen the best movie of the series yet? Yeah.
No, she has.
No, she hasn't.
Yeah.
She hasn't seen Aliens.
Nope, I'm not getting involved in this. I'm going to watch this on my own time and form my own opinion. I don't need these outside influences.
Yeah, no, just let me know why Aliens is the better movie when you're done.
Brooks, Alien is better than Aliens,
not
right?
Now.
I'm Switzerland.
How dare you?
Just like everybody knows that Terminator 2 is better than Terminator. It's not a hard thing.
They're very different movies.
Nope. Better movie.
Flashier movie.
I haven't seen it since it came out, so I don't know how much it holds up, but when the remake of House on Haunted Hill came out, I believe I was 14. And that scared the shit out of me.
All right.
That was good.
It's like the jerky movements on the cameras just really got me.
Watching Blair Witch for the first time was pretty intense.
That is. Especially, like, if you go into it not thinking about the hype
I would have paid money to be there at the time, to be like 20
to see Blair Witch
when that hype was happening. Oh my god,
it was intense. It was
Yeah.
a wild time.
intense.
Yeah.
I still have my ticket stub.
Goddamn.
I still think Nightmare on Elm Street might be the one that affected me the most. When Tina dies in that movie, again, I was in second grade. That was the one that put me over the edge. Like, that was the one I would have nightmares about for like weeks afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know that I can answer this fucking question.
The movie that makes me the
dude.
most uncomfortable when I remember it when I'm alone in my apartment is I can't even remember the director's name. It's a Spanish horror film. It's called Terrified.
Oh yeah. With the
have you seen?
like
has anyone here seen When Evil? Yeah. Has anyone here
Yeah.
seen When Evil Lurks? It's by the same guy.
It sounds familiar.
I know I've seen the title card.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen
They're both fucking fantastic. In my personal opinion, When Evil Lurks is the more cohesive movie. But holy shit! Every single time I'm like alone in my apartment and it's like I'm like shutting off all the lights before I go to bed, sometimes my brain goes, "Hey, remember that thing from Terrified?" And I have to like yeet myself into my bed.
Yeah. You know what? I can give you the movie that made me the most uncomfortable. It is not a horror movie per se. It is called The Girl Next Door.
Okay.
And it's a true story. It's about these two girls that get adopted by their aunt. I think it's their aunt. And they wind up basically being locked in the basement and like abused, tortured, sexually abused by like her and all the neighbor kids and shit. I have never felt so filthy in my life than when that movie was over. Arthur, how fun was that to watch?
Oh yeah, no, I'm still haven't recovered.
Yeah, yeah.
That movie's terrible. But,
Yeah.
like it's good. But like
I
it's
felt
fucking bad.
I felt pretty nasty after I finished watching a documentary about the Buddha Field cult.
The what?
The Buddha Field cult. I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure it's
know.
called Holy Hell.
I don't know that one.
That was, it starts out as like, oh, it's a commune, we take care of each other, and then it ends with like, the cult leader like sexually abusing all these guys.
Oh, like a cult.
Yeah, like a cult essentially.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
felt pretty gross after that.
All right. Might be a good place to wrap this up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should do this again though.
We should.
Yeah. What, like, I'm trying to think of what's the next big, like, horror movie coming out.
My vote is still for Cuckoo. I think that's going to be cool.
I'm down to see
Cuckoo.
that.
Yeah.
New
Cuckoo.
Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Oh, we definitely need to talk about that movie when it comes
Ooh.
out.
Yes.
That's not till Christmas, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm 100% going to see that Christmas night.
When is the new Frankenstein coming out?
Oh,
for
I don't-
a while, right?
I don't know that that's even being filmed yet.
No,
I
I,
know
think
they-
it might be.
I know they
I'm
cast
so
it.
like
Yeah.
excited for that. Just like
It's,
even the
Guillermo
concept
del
of it,
Toro
because I
doing
know it's going to be
Frankenstein.
like
Yeah.
I know that's finally going to be given its like weirdly horny justice.
Yeah.
I mean, Frankenstein has been given horny justice.
Frankenstein Unbound.
Yeah.
But like not like an adaptation or like inspired by like the straight up OG.
But like the novel on film is what you're looking
Essentially, yeah.
for?
Yeah, I'm trying to think if that would be.
I mean, Bride of Frankenstein is pretty fucking true to it.
That is a favorite book of mine. Not to
Yeah, Frankenstein is one of my favorites.
Individual, but
yeah.
yeah, I think we should go see Cuckoo, but that is just me. And also, maybe that in the meantime until fucking Nosferatu comes out or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can,
Terrifier is coming out in October.
yeah, we can try to make this a little more regular.
Hell yes.
Metamucil it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really fiber down here.
Yeah, no, this has been our inaugural Big Dumb Monsters movie night
Yeah.
wrap up discussion, I guess.
Not everything needs a title.
No.
What did y'all think? That's
Uh,
how I'm going to conclude. What did everybody who views this now, who has been viewing this now, or views it on VOD, what did y'all think? Let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let us know. Get at us.
Do you want more of this? We'll do it regardless.
Yeah, essentially. Whether you want this or not,
Oh,
we're
it's
going to do it
happening.
again.
Yeah.
So.
The answers are irrelevant. Yeah.
But maybe you could influence our picks a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. All right. I think
we have no sign off for this.
there's nothing.
All right. But
well,
thanks for talking with us.
It's been a hoot.
Hoot and a half.
We'll be you guys aren't doing regrettable reviews tomorrow, right?
No.
All right.
No, we're doing that on the 23rd, I believe, Arthur.
All right, you guys are both on Wednesday. Then we're doing Rhinestone Thursday, right?
Fuck yeah, I have to watch that.
Sorry,
Fuck.
my cousin's about to come in. We'll be talking Rhinestone. Howdy. Thanks for.
Brooks, I came up with something so good for the podcast today, but I can't even put it on the document because I think your initial reaction to my words is going to partially answer the question for me. So just know that that's coming.
Yeah, we're wrapping up here. But yeah, excellent. Yeah, that'll do it. Again, we have no sign off for this. It's that awkward,
just awkward silence now.
Bye.
Rock and roll, everybody. Yo.
I clicked end stream.
Bye, guys.
He pulled a me and ended us in the middle of a sentence.
Like at some point, every time you guys keep saying we're gonna wrap up and then keep going, I'm just gonna click end stream.
Yeah, you just have to make an executive decision.
Yeah. Now, producing.
So much for half an hour, Chris.
We're long-winded.